And welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show all about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 7% of British people have sexted the wrong person? I know I have. And if you're watching, sorry, Mum. The UK is the 5th fattest nation in Europe. So who's fatter than us? Well, I believe it's Latvia, Sardinia, Slovenia and the Orkney Islands. A recent study revealed Taiwan is the best country in the world for expats. My auntie is now an expat. He calls himself Chris. Never been happier. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. Tonight, it's our panellist's job to guess the British public's top 5 most talked about sporting events of the last year. Aisling, what do you think people have been talking about sports-wise?
Maybe the Paralympics, Jimmy? Well, there's a Paralympics and then there's the boring Olympics, frankly. That's why they put the Paralympics on second, because you couldn't put the Paralympics on first and then watch the other boring Olympics. Because you'd be like, oh my God, Tom Daley's going to dive. Wait, he's got 2 arms. Boring!
Ellie, how hard would it be for you to go for another cycle, another Paralympic cycle?
Well, I
think stick to swimming. Take an interest.
My plan is to go to another Paralympics, and then I'm going to join the Boccia team.
Boccia?
So Boccia is when there's a white ball, and they're normally in teams.
Right.
And they just try and, like, get the ball to that white ball as close as they can.
The next Paralympics you'll go, and then you'll join another team and try and do another Olympics.
Yeah, probably. That's my aim.
Gabby, you watch the Paralympics, I presume?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't out there. I've been out there for the Olympics, but I wasn't out there for the Paralympics. So I watched it at home and enjoyed it as a viewer, and they just did magnificently. The whole team was incredible, because London was such a success. I don't think anybody thought they could achieve, that and then go some, and double their tally of goals.
I love the Paralympics because it's inspirational.
It's bought your house, isn't it?
Not yet, mate. Wait till Tug gag. I love it because, we're successful. But it's like once every 4 years I get to go into a room and I'm not like the weirdest looking one in there. It's like Narnia.
Is it like, sometimes if you saw like someone with like a prosthetic leg and you was walking, you might wait to hold the door open, where occasionally it might have been, if you're both able-bodied, it's sort of like a 50-50 who's going to open the door. But I don't know, like, is there sort of different levels at the Paralympics of
There's a hierarchy, the blind ones, no one gives a fuck about.
I saw 2 blind blokes at a train station bump into each other, and one said sorry, and the other went, don't worry about it. I don't know how they worked out who was wrong.
You should see at the village, it's like, especially blind people, you see a visually impaired person, like, all just, like, holding each other, like, guiding each other.
Who's at the front?
A visually impaired person.
Oh. Are they still there?
The village is brilliant, isn't it? It's like someone's got one of us wet and we've multiplied. It's just, everywhere you look, there's so many disabled people.
I bet the parking spaces are rammed. I thought we would have had a really busy day. Geezer at the train station does the ramp on the train.
Oh, yeah?
Get all the spectators coming. when your train pulls in and he has to get the ramp out.
Like,
what's going on? 2 hours in my shift.
When we went on the plane out there, we were on the plane with some of the Paralympians. And because they have that little aisle wheelchair.
Yeah.
So there's only one to get them through. So they're all dumping their wheelchairs at the start. And the bloke who's in it just looks and goes, oh, you're fucking kidding. It was a queue right back into the terminal.
OK, let's have a look and see if the Paralympics is up there. Oh. Yes, it's the Paralympics. Ticket sales for the Paralympics were disappointing, but when I first heard there were a lot of empty chairs in the stadium, I thought there's been a miracle. So, Rob, what other sporting events do you think people have been talking about?
Well, there was the Euros that we were rubbish at. That's been quite a big one.
Sorry, are you Welsh? Because we weren't rubbish at it, actually.
Am I Welsh?
No, just when you said we, I don't know who you were weeing with. Are you weeing with me? Are you weeing with...
I can wee with you.
I can't wee with you because I get shy, but...
So England were rubbish at the Euros, but Wales were great.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland and Ireland were brilliant. Were they brilliant?
We won a special medal.
What did you get a special medal for?
We won a special medal for...
Friendly fans.
Here's some Irish fans singing to some Swedish fans. This is maybe if you've got children in the room, get them to go out because it's a football chant. It's fairly aggressive and full on. It gets ugly. It gets worse. It gets worse. If you think, oh, those are vicious hooligans, have a look at these guys kicking off.
Twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the sky so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
It's not. You have the worst hooligans in Europe. You just don't get it. It gets worse, if you can imagine such a thing. Have a look at this footage of a train. You know what they're like on trains, the football hooligans. Smashing it up, causing all kinds of grief. Look at this.
Together. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive offenders. Hallowed be thy name.
I found the Ireland fans, now they're all sort of like cute, but I found them a bit annoying. Do you know what it is? Because they knew what they were doing, because it was all kicking off with the Russians and the English, and they were doing like, you know when you have an argument with your mum, and you have a bit of a standoff, and then your brother starts going, do you want a cup of tea, mum? Do you want me to do the ironing, mum? And then behind her back going, you know what they were doing?
Well, the Iceland fans were the other great fans.
Yeah.
I mean, take a look at this. This is I believe they call it the Viking thunderclap. That was the entire population of Iceland there.
I think it's quite scary, isn't it, the Icelandic thunderclap? It's not as bad as the Magaluf thunderclap.
You know, it actually emanates, apparently, from Scotland. And Motherwell fans used to do it.
Wow.
And Reykjavik went to play against Motherwell, and they stole it and took it back to Iceland.
I think it actually started at a Queen gig. They just do We Will Rock You, and the guy can't keep the rhythm. What did you make of Wales's performance?
I think it was all about incredible team spirit. You know, they had this brilliant moment in time. You know, maybe they'll never do that again, but it was just this great crest of a wave that they rode, and players who just wanted to be there so badly. And I know that sounds like a cliche. And
Yeah.
always go, "Oh, we want to be here too." But I went really quiet when I did that.
Yeah, I think our sound man, not a big fan of Wales. Just halfway through that, he went, "We got knocked out by Iceland, fuck you."
The problem with England now is we've become so used to failure. As soon as we got knocked out to Iceland, I just turned around to my wife and went, "Do you want to put Walking Dead on?" It was just like no one really gave a shit.
I think they just need to get paid less. Too much money. $1 million a week.
The whole paid too much thing falls down on the basis that Wales, who obviously tiny population, first time at a major championship for 50-odd years, have the highest paid payer in the world at the moment, with obviously Gareth Bale's new contract, which is £340,000 a week after tax.
After
so,
tax?
600 grand to you, Jimmy. So basically, he's the highest paid player in the world, paying for one of the lowest, well, Wales at the beginning of the campaign, one of the lower ranked teams, and they go to a semi-final. So that whole money thing doesn't necessarily stack up.
I think with England players, they always go like, oh, they're prima donnas and they don't take it serious and stuff like that. But the best we've ever done is not ever, but like recent years, was 96, where the week before, they was in Hong Kong doing a dentist chair, downing drinks, and getting just off their face. So I reckon next World Cup, it's not work just trying to get them to behave, let them do what they want. like, you know, like headphones on during the national anthem. Like, you know, glamour models at half-time. Just do it in a natural environment and then see what they do.
One of the commentators was giving out about the headphones, you know, because you always see them coming from the bus with the headphones on. But I think what people don't realise is very often they're listening to an audio guide of a tour of the stadium.
Shall we have a look and see if the Euros is up there? Oh. Yes, it's Euro 2016. England were beaten by minnows Iceland. To put that into perspective, it's like a 21-ton articulated lorry getting run over by a hedgehog. Aisling, what other sporting events have people been talking about?
Tennis. Finally,
Second
son of
finally
famous Strictly dancer Judy Murray. Yeah, Andy Murray was able to step out of her shadow for once. But yeah, him winning Wimbledon.
He's managed to finally... I think he always had a weakness, which was trash talk. He was really, really easy. You just have to say anything bad about Scotland. Like, that's what Federer would do. He'd be like, very... Iron Brew tastes like cat pissed and lilt. And he'd be like, doesn't matter! Like, hey, Murray, talking to J.K. Rowling, she said you'd be in Slytherin. He's like, I'm not Slytherin!
I think he gets such a bad press, though, about his grumpiness, poor old Andy Murray. But, like, he's been playing tennis day in, day out since he was a kid. His best friend is a wall.
And also, he's not that grumpy. In his defence, he's only ever done a press conference after playing tennis for 5 hours. You should see me after playing tennis for 2. I'm a broken man.
Well, you should get someone to play with.
He's like one of our greatest sportsmen. He's won Wimbledon twice. And before that, who was our best hope? Like, Henman? Rosetsky? Why would you moan about somebody being grumpy? It's like, if a surgeon saved your life, you wouldn't come round and go, yeah, but he didn't laugh. I think Andy Murray's all right.
Wouldn't you have the ump if your mum and your wife were watching you work? It'd be a nightmare. In the corner watching. Imagine if you're an accountant, just go like that and they go, he's not put the VAT on it, he's had an absolute nightmare, don't he?
Gabby, what sport did you play?
Gymnastics.
Oh, really?
I think it was rhythmic gymnastics, so wasn't it? Yeah, so not a sport.
What did you do, Gabby? Did you do, like, ribbon?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the ribbon.
Yeah.
I reckon I'd be good at that.
It's ball.
I got a wrist of an Olympian.
It must be so annoying that when people just, you know, belittle your sport, because certain sports you look at and you're like, that's incredibly impressive. High jump, for example, but then I look at, you know, the one where you dress like a beekeeper and you have a sword. Like that. I'd be like, that'd be awesome at that then. I think about that if I had a Formula 1 car that was big enough to carry me.
It'd be great.
That'd be amazing, yeah.
Play for Ireland.
Yeah, I'd play Formula 1 for Ireland.
Oh, you guys know too much about sport. Let's have a look and see whether Andy Murray winning Wimbledon for the second time is up there. Of course. Yes, Andy Murray won his second Wimbledon title. Where would we be without Andy Murray? Sitting on a hill, half-heartedly shouting, come on, Tim. Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats, where we're still trying to guess the nation's most talked about sporting events of the last year. Rob's team.
The Olympics. That was
Olympics.
a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the Olympics?
Yeah, I was there, yeah.
So what was your highlight? What was your best?
At the athletics, which is the sport I was covering, I'm a massive Mo Farah fan. I know you're a big Mo Farah fan.
I love Mo.
But what did he do this year? Everybody said, you know, he's the absolute favourite. His first event, 10,000 metres, he's the absolute favourite for this.
Fell over.
He fell over. Everybody said the only reason he won't win this is if he falls over. He fell over, and he still won. It was
That must be going for the guy that came second. Did you? Who beat you? Mo Farah. What happened? He fell over. Still beat you? Yeah.
I find him a bit annoying. He's only good every 4 years. It's like a Star Wars film.
No. See, that's not true, because he has doubled. He's double world, double Olympics.
Well, he's doubled his pocket money with that corn advert, hasn't he? He can't be that delicious. There's nothing of him.
Weirdly, I've been on holiday with Mo a couple of times, and he only... So Mo has like 10 days off a year. So he normally runs 22 miles a day, every day, and he has 10 days off
He needs
a
a
year.
car.
And
Spend a bit of corn money, mate. Get a Suzuki Swift or something.
So he hits it so hard when he has a day off. He was drinking it was tequila shots at breakfast.
And then a bowl of corn, obviously.
Oh, he loves a bit of corn.
Wash it down. Salt, lemon, corn, tequila.
I think he's Britain's greatest ever athlete. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely.
So people are saying he's the greatest ever British athlete. People are saying Usain Bolt, greatest of all time. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would, yes. I think, you know, there are other people who've done iconic things in their time and of their time, but what Usain Bolt has done to replicate that at 3 Olympic Games
It's extraordinary.
Just,
I mean, he's absolutely putting it about as well at the same time. He don't mind it. He's winning all those goals. He's out every night on it, isn't he?
Can I just clarify something? The Usain Bolt,
Yeah.
do you think he comes first?
No, but he just slows down and smiles at the end.
Actually...
And that's you done, princess.
The reason he is so good is because he decelerates slowest. So therefore, they're all slowing down, but he slows down the slowest, right? So in a sexual arena, that could also be quite a useful skill.
You've given this a lot of thought, haven't you? Should we take a look at him at a press conference? Let's take a look.
My name is Nikolai Ram. I'm from Norway, and I don't really have a question. I just want to say I really love you, man. and Usain Bolt, you're my favorite guy. I'm loving your moves and your feet and your style. Okay, thank you. No, I'm done. I'm done.
Come on, 10 seconds of pressure.
I hope that you'll win. I hope it's your day. I hope you will go even though you get hit by a Segway.
It's extraordinary. It's like his coolness is rubbing off on the people around him.
Well, that geezer's now the #1 selling reggae artist in Scandinavia.
Some people have different personalities. They, you know, they appear to be one thing, and that he is like that all the time. And he just exudes masculinity.
Of course he exudes masculinity. From birth, he was called Usain Bolt. Like, that's his real name, isn't it? It's like my ex, Johnny, scared of commitment.
OK, should we have a look and see if the Olympics is up there? Yeah. Yes, it's the Rio Olympics. Britain triumphed at the Olympics. Team GB brought back 27 golds, 23 silver, 17 bronze, and the Zika virus.
You guys warned about it, like the BBC people going out there, because we had so many ones. We were like told that, you know, if you want a family, don't go out there because you're going to get Zika. Like my wife went on to me about it. The thing is, though, I got out there and then I realised that if you are a mosquito with Zika, you're going to look at me and go, I don't want what he's got. So it's all for nothing.
All right, fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get. Go on, what do you think?
Maybe Leicester.
Oh, yes, Leicester. Oh, well, I know something happened with Leicester. I remember the night it happened because there was a smell in the air that was kind of like sweat and kebab. And I was like, football's afoot. Football is afoot. Yes, Leicester won
The Premiership. They won the...
Ellie, tell us all about it.
Oh, I don't know much about football because I'm growing up with parents supporting Aston Villa and they're doing shocking at the minute.
That is, I mean, my God, that is awful, you poor thing.
I'll take you through the story. So, what happened was, people say it's a fairy tale, but not many fairy tales begin. Once upon a time, the last coach got sacked because his son was caught on film having an orgy in Thailand. But that's what happened. And then they got in a new sort of cartoon Italian man who's like, oh, eat a pizza, a mama, oh, the showers are broken, I'll get my cousins Luigi and Mario in to fix it. And they fix it all. And then on day one, he's like, this is a football. And they just got guys from the shopping centre. And then at the end, they won the World Cup.
It was wonderful when they won as well, because they weren't actually playing when they found out they won. They were watching their closest rivals, Tottenham, at Jamie Vardy's house when they found out. Take a look at the magical moment. That is the noise I would make if a zombie had come in.
That was seen celebrations like that in the Vardy household since he got his electric tag off.
Jamie Vardy does have something of a reputation. He's kind of from the wrong side of the tracks.
But what Vardy did was score 11 times consecutively in the Premier League, which was a new record, which is an incredible achievement. And that seemed to be the thing that set them going.
He's kind of like this bloke that you know down the pub who just happens to be absolutely mint at football. Like, I fully expect Jamie Vardy to score a hat-trick, but I'd also expect him to tell me when that fruity was going to pay out.
That's exactly it, yeah. Well, let's have a look and see if Leicester are up there. Yes, it's true. Against all the odds, despite what everyone thought, Leicester City managed to do the impossible and make me give a shit about football for a day. So those were the most talked about sporting events. But in other news, the Denver Broncos won this year's Super Bowl. I'm not saying American football is boring, but to liven up, they had Coldplay perform halfway through. So at the end of that round, Rob, Alex and Gabby have 2 points. Aisling, Ellie and David have 3 points. Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Rob, Alex, Gabby, what do you like the look of?
Can we have the lady with the spoon?
Yeah.
OK. Most people have a party trick they use to impress people. True or false?
Oh.
Do you have a party trick?
Yeah, but I've already done it on here, peeling a banana in my feet.
What? I mean, I'm just saying.
Jimmy, get me a pineapple and a knife and I'll see what I can do with my feet.
Do you have a party trick?
Nah, I used to do that one. You know the one where you stab the knife really quickly between your hands, but...
What's your party trick, Gabby?
It usually ends up being something kind of gymnasticy.
Ribbon on a stick.
What kind of gymnastic?
You know, just like something with my legs. Or
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? There was a second in when I was going to go, what can you do with a banana?
OK, and that's going to be at the tribunal. Aisling, have you got a party trick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very good at hula hooping.
Excellent,
but
OK. Got a hula hoop?
I mean, I say I'm good. I mean...
Come on, let's have it, come on.
Let's see, come on.
Let's have some hula hoop
Well, I just don't want everyone to think of me as a sports person.
I think we'll probably be all right.
Wait. I don't want Gabby to be like, I'm shitting on her dreams or anything like that.
It's like Britain's Got Talent, isn't it?
Come on, Ireland. Here we go.
The thing is, though, I don't think I've ever been to a party with enough space to do that.
Hang on, keep it going. We need a big ending.
Okay.
I'll jump down through it.
That is onto the...
Oh, this is definitely going to work.
Oh, God.
3.
I think the next generation of Paralympics.
Wow. Ellie, have you got a party trick? What can you...
No,
Swim!
I'm quite boring, but normally a lot of people like to jump over me.
Rob, what's your party trick?
We used to play a cereal box game. It's basically get a cereal box,
Yeah,
you have to bend down without touching it.
Yeah,
you have to
I
pick
did
it
it
up
anyway.
with your mouth,
Oh, yeah.
not with your hands.
What, like a cereal box?
I'll show you what you do. So
You make
basically...
it shorter and shorter.
Yeah, and
it's a
then you'll
great
take
game.
turns. So you'll start off
Right, OK.
on this bit.
Yeah, all right, go on. Gabby's
So,
saying
like,
this
it's
is
quite easy at the beginning because it's sort of just...
Yeah.
Right,
And then you have to slowly go down and everyone
You have to
takes
cut.
turns.
OK, well, all right, let's see how
take
far...
it.
OK.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bit harder, but it's still...
I'm quite good at this. Do you want...
Oh, yeah, Ellie, go on, get
Ellie.
involved.
I'm pretty sure Ellie, come on, that's going to be so easy for you.
We're sending down Ellie to represent us.
And then...
Wow!
Yes, Ellie. Not even a bend in the knee.
This doesn't
reckon
feel
like-
like it's going to make it into the Paralympics, but...
That's my party trick.
What,
If
sorry?
it does make it in the
Like
Paralympics,
this?
I think we
Sorry,
should
your
be
party
insulted.
trick is you can kick yourself in the head.
If you win, I'll give you 50 quid. If I win, all your medals.
A lot of people say Sky got all the good sport.
Well, we outbid him for this. Oh, here he is. Oh!
Andy,
Sorry,
we're
there'll be
going to
nothing.
have to go flat.
What?
The old one,
Oh,
though.
my God.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of a curve on the edge.
I think you should go at the same time.
Yeah, shall we?
Really romantic, like Lady in the Tramp.
That's what I'm thinking.
go at the
It's a
same
beautiful
time.
moment.
How did you guys get together? Well, funny story.
He's a married man.
She's not here, so...
This is it.
So sorry. I didn't mean that. Let's go in.
Go. Go.
Go on, Eddie.
We're just going to take a quick look at the end of Rob's career. The bit where he pushes a Paralympian over to win a cornflake picking up competition.
I'm sorry, Ellie. I thought it'd be a bit of fun, but you just went so straight. I was like, no, that's so emotional.
OK, most people have a party trick they use to impress people. True or false? What do you think?
Well, as it will be the last question I answer on this, I think we've just seen that everyone's got some party trick. Mine's sort of pushing over Paralympians, that's right.
So you're saying true?
True.
Okay, what do you think, Ashley?
I'm going to let people's champion Ellie choose. True or false?
True.
Yeah.
True.
Well, I can tell you the answer is false. Only 14% of people have a party trick. Yeah, both got it wrong. I have a great party trick. No matter where they tell me the party is, I always find out the real address. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Top thing that makes you nervous. What do you think?
Vaginas. I'm always a bag of nerves near a vagina. I've never seen anyone totally chilled out by one.
I often feel like if you come out as a gay man and then you're like, yeah, I roughly know what's going on here. Because you know, if you go into a house and you see taps and you're like, yeah, I'd taken with it. Like, some bits work differently, but ultimately it'll take you 2 seconds and you'll know how to get the water out. But I feel like vaginas are a bit more like hand dryers. You're always like, oh, no, is it? Yeah. I don't know. I'll just do it myself. Just do it myself.
David, does anything make you nervous?
I enjoy the nervousness of others because I'm on the airplane so much. When the captain says his or her name at the start, I always like to go, oh, shit. Like that. You killed my father, you will not take my life! I just sit back down and read the magazine again. I flew over from Dublin today on an Aer Lingus flight, and you know what was playing? Because they always play Irish music, Flying Without Wings by Westlife was playing as people boarded the flight. That's fear-induced. That's not flying at all. That's crashing.
Does anything make you nervous, Ellie?
Yeah. Heights.
Heights. Oh. Well, you're in luck.
If I go somewhere high and I look down, I think, how do the tall people do it?
So you're scared of heights?
Yeah, I am. If I go up a tree and I look down,
What are you doing up a tree? Honestly, what are you doing up a tree? What are you looking for?
nuts.
Alex, what makes you nervous?
Two main ones. People throwing me stuff to catch. and talking... I get nervous when I talk to my in-laws.
On your own, so if your missus isn't
So when
there.
she's not there, like last week, they came down and stayed, and I like them, I love them. I like them.
Come on, mate, he's on.
I love them. They turned up at the house like before she'd got home from work, so I had them on my own. I got so nervous that I did half hour of general chat and then stuck on Star Wars Force Awakens. Sat there until she got home. I really panicked.
You did panic and put on a long film.
Yeah, I know. Absolute touch.
OK, so top thing that makes people nervous?
Being put on the spot.
No.
Talking in public.
That's pretty much it. It's, the top thing that makes people nervous is giving a speech. 3.5 million Londoners use the Underground every day. My grand's been using the Underground every day for years. We buried her in 1994. 43% of men over 36 say they don't have any close male friends. So, mission accomplished, eh, ladies? And 33% of Brits have mistakenly called or texted the wrong person. I accidentally called my mum the other day while having sex. It was so embarrassing. I said, "I'm sorry, Mum, I'll call back. I didn't realise you were having sex." Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panellist job to guess the British public's top 3 most popular talking points. Sean Steam, what have the nation been talking about this week?
Cheryl Cole was accused of
yeah.
miming on X Factor, wasn't
X
she?
Factor, yeah.
It's a big scandal.
I don't think she was, though, because she put out a very strongly worded statement in which she said...
Melanie, do you think she was miming or not?
Well, if she's miming really well. And if she's singing really well. And I think she's probably better at one than the other. Hey, we've all seen her sing live. Didn't we? At the Queen thing? The Queen's Golden Doodah?
Well, no, there was another... I've seen her sing
The
in a couple
Queen's
of things.
Golden Doodah?
Did you not know the Queen has a golden doodah? She was on Embarrassing Bodies. They did a royal special. So Cheryl's denied that she was miming.
Yeah, no, it's really difficult.
Is that not
because...
part of the job, though? I mean, you were in the Spice Girls for years, and you have to sometimes on a TV show mime, right?
Yeah, I mean, often you mime because you don't have the choice because they're not set up for the sound, but it's the X Factor. And there's lots of contestants singing live who've had no experience on live television, which when you've been in a band, like Girls Aloud, you have. Right. But even if you are a really experienced singer, it's hard to do a good job. And they're going, I wonder whether it's like, sorry, it's a fly. I've not got an issue there. Well, I've got a few, but not that one.
There wasn't, she mimed there wasn't a fly, she mimed that. I also seeing it from Cheryl's point of view. You know, everyone's going, oh, she mimed, she shouldn't have mimed. Well, what you got to remember is, of course she mimed, she's trying to sell a record. If she sang that record live, that'd be a PR disaster.
I think if she was miming, it's just the worst thing ever. The idea that she can't sing live on a show that's all about live singing. I know I'm stating the obvious.
You're a singer as well, right?
Yeah, yes.
So
yeah.
Did you used to be in bands?
Yeah, I did. I used to be. I was in a manufactured band actually. It was an all-girl.
Spice Girls weren't manufactured.
I didn't mean to look at you. I didn't mean to look at you. It was because of you're in my eye line, and I was in it, and it was a kind of classical all-girl group, and we sang.
Would you ever be tempted to go on X Factor?
Oh no, because I get cross-watching it because I think it's like a talent show, but I think it's also mainly an entertainment show.
It's so cannibalistic, isn't it, that basically Cheryl Cole sings on the... It's like this sort of monster that eats its own shit. Like, and it'll get to the point where the backstory will be, yes, well, I won X Factor once, and things didn't really turn out for me, so I'm ending up back on X Factor. I think it's just a big scam. One day, it'll all be exposed, it'll be like PPI, you know, and everyone will get all their money back from the phone calls.
You'll get a phone call, did you ever buy a One Direction single? I did. Well, you could be owed money.
Yeah.
Are you a big X Factor fan, Melanie?
This is a tricky one for me because, of course, Mel B's a judge on it.
Right.
So I have to.
Lie.
I do support her. I have to lie. No, I do support her, and she's the best thing on it because she says it like it is. But I fucking hate the show. And I'm totally bored of it, and I can't believe it's still on the telly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever sat on a fence before, but that's not how that's done.
It's just so contrived.
Yeah, it's not like like in the old days of the Spice Girls. It's not like they didn't have an idea for
It
that.
was completely organic, the Spice Girls.
Of course it was, yeah.
But
the
X Factor is so done, isn't it? Who's gone on to have a great career from the X Factor?
One Direction.
Well, that's it. That's it. How many years has it been on? 11th, we're in the 11th year?
I mean, I've done pretty well since I won it. Granted, it was a different show then. I'd be like, at the end, I'd be like, fax me, vote for me by fax. And I'd be the fax mime.
Oh, do they still do that on it as well? Call. Don't you hate that?
I
You know, the
hate that.
contestants.
It's like, if the song is dog shit, you are not going to convince me by doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hated everything you... Oh, you want me to phone? Yeah, I will do, yeah.
Yeah, but you say that. I don't like the song on the Gay Exchange advert, but I call.
What was that number again?
8 7 8 5 7 9 7 8 45.
That's where I know you from. OK, John, who do you think is going to win?
The Italian one, because that's what they said on Gogglebox. And that's where I get all of my X Factor knowledge from. They said the Italian one who likes dogs is going to win it.
I can't believe he's not going to win it, Dad. You're such a fucking idiot.
He said it.
One of them on the X Factor said he seduced a lady who may also have been on the X Factor, but he said he got to 6th base. I think that's where you take a shit while she's brushing your teeth. I think that's it. You're so comfortable.
Is that the really incredible, talented Stevie dude? Didn't he go out for dinner with Simon Cowell to a fucking harvester or something?
It's actually called Harvester, not fucking Harvester, but I made the same mistake.
Sorry,
I had no idea.
How many fuckings are allowed?
Oh, you're allowed loads of them, don't panic.
No C words, though. We're not allowed
No
any
C words?
Fancy the C word at some point.
OK, lovely, no
Brilliant,
problem.
thanks.
She's going to play the C word at some point. What do you think of Simon Cowell? People criticised Stevie Ritchie for being cheesy this week. This is how he responded. That's pretty distressing. I think his belly button's winking at me.
Why did he have, like, sports socks and sweatbands on?
Because he's like sort of the new Sporty Spice.
Is he? Is he Sporty X Factor?
He's the new Sporty Spice, look at him.
Shit.
It's a waste of good cheese, that. I like a laugh, so I have the triangle one, but there's no need for the blue cheese there to get involved. His cock clearly isn't there.
I think he might have gone mental.
Sounds of cheese, jokes.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Sean Lock, everyone.
Shame it wasn't Parmesan or some other hard cheese. Hard.
His publicist said, damn, that was a bad idea.
These jokes could brie better.
Yeah. Let's see if X Factor's up there. Yes, Cheryl's been accused of miming on the X Factor. The X Factor ratings have embarrassed Simon Cowell. He's really lost face and then replaced that face with a much bigger, wonkier face. OK, Johnson, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it the complete breaking down of any physical boundaries? What have you been talking about, touchy McPenis hands?
Everyone's talking about Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah, OK.
Selling shitloads of albums.
So she's taken her music off Spotify. That's the big news, isn't it?
She has, yes. I don't understand how the world... She's made $250 million from music, and I've genuinely never heard one of her songs.
Oh, well, you are in for a treat. Have a look.
She points out there that the haters got to hate, and can I just say on behalf of the haters, that, we are out there 24/7, 365 to try and stop shit like that happening.
I feel like I'm probably her target demographic, actually. And so I wanted to be like, don't like it, really don't like it. And then it came on and I was like the chicken. Has anyone seen Chicken Run? When the chicken, the really big one, she doesn't notice, but her feet are tapping. And she gets really cross about it. I felt like that. Like, when I heard the song, I couldn't help it. And I think it's so good. I think it's so good.
I don't know whether that analogy's made it any clearer for you.
The one good thing about Taylor Swift is, I've done in my research of her, is she hasn't really made a career on dancing around in her pants, has she? Which a lot of people seem to do these days, don't they?
What was she doing in that video?
She wasn't really in her pants, was it? It wasn't
Like granny pants.
Yeah, but she was ballet gear. But, you know, a lot of people, basically, let's be honest, are performing in lingerie, yeah, in sort of soft porn stars. Yeah. Old-fashioned, the sort of porn I used to enjoy. Before I found God. Looking at me. But they do, like, you know, Beyonce, she's like the biggest earning female music star or male music star in the world, I don't know. Or not male. She spends a lot of her time in underwear, you know, singing in her underwear. Why can't you get a singer, just come on, lovely voice, in a fleece?
OK, so Taylor Swift, back to her. Romesh, you a fan?
Massive fan, yeah. I sort of understand where she's coming from in terms of like wanting to take her music off Spotify, because if you're getting it for free, why would you bother paying for it? It's not a business model, is it?
On Spotify, artists are paid around 0.006 cents every time one of their records is played. That seems reasonable, doesn't it?
Look at poor Taylor Swift, she's struggling.
I know, she hasn't... Yeah, because she wasn't making any money. I was out with her last week, and, you know, it's her round, and she gets this old tonic, just tonic in a glass, and then she has this sneaky bottle from the club and just tops it all up.
100% sure that's Taylor Swift you're out with.
Oh, no. It was my mate Barry who runs Swift Tailors. They're a dry cleaning service.
Yeah. Good to know. Let's have a look and see if Taylor Swift is up there. Yes, Taylor Swift has had her entire back catalogue removed. I apologise. I know what's coming, and I don't think you'll like it, but I like it. Genuinely don't know if I can do this. Yes, Taylor Swift has had her entire back catalogue removed from Spotify. We'll do it in sections. We'll do it in sections. My granddad had to have his entire back catalogue removed. Something to do with his prostate. We're still trying to guess the most talked about things over the last week. OK, fingers on buzzers. What do you think?
Is it the... Not the face. Well, there's been a revolution has started this week, Jimmy.
So this was... Explain what happened. What was the story?
Well, I believe it was a nice bonfire night, and then some people went out and wore masks and chanted at McDonald's, and the whole world collapsed. It's a bit shitty, I think, organising a sort of anti-capitalist march on a night when people are already setting fire to things. You're sort of stealing the glory of bonfire night there. If you start a riot on, like, a Wednesday and stuff gets set on fire, you can go, God, we started that. But everyone was already setting fire to things.
It was a Wednesday, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I stayed in.
Of course you stayed in. There was fun going on outside.
Nobody actually knows what it is they're doing. They've just gone to kick off for a bit. So, like, when you watch an interview, they'd go, what are you doing it for? Just, you know, the leaders and that. They don't know what's going on and that. Like, let's sort it out. And the thing is, it's so easy to take pot shots. But running stuff is actually difficult. So before I became a teacher, I was all for, like, teaching properly. And then when I started doing it, I just turn to page 65 and get on with it, you pricks. Do you know what I mean?
There's one person who didn't wear a mask, isn't there? Russell Brand. And I think the funny thing is that he's the only one not wearing a mask, because obviously if he wore a mask, people wouldn't know he was there, would they? That's the main. So it's sort of big publicity for his book.
What's it called?
Revolution. In fact, if his book's called Revolution, he shouldn't be out there trying to sell it. He should be trying to encourage people to steal it. Shouldn't he? Yeah. you know, it's ended up, he's backpedaled so much now. He started out saying, don't vote, it's stupid, pointless to vote, don't vote. But he's now come out, Russell Brand, and said, no, what I'm saying is, actually, he goes, who am I supposed to vote for? So if you reduce that to what he's actually saying, it's what everybody says at every bus stop or newsagents, you go, politicians, what are they like, eh? How'd that not get in? Oh, no, bloody hell.
In his defence, right, we all bitch and moan about the government because they are shit, and they have been for years, and it's getting worse. How are we ever going to change it unless we come together and all stop moaning at bus stops?
The main problem is now is people get the politicians they deserve because they don't take any interest in politics. And him saying stuff to people who are disaffected already and aren't engaged with the political process, don't vote, is the most moronic, self-serving, pathetic bit of attention-seeking wank that has ever spewed from the tiniest moron's fucking mouth in history.
I think people are being mean to him just because he doesn't have a posh accent. I would cut him some slack. It's the thing we have at the moment's rubbish, and it needs people to sleep out under temporary tarpaulins, maybe, to change it. I don't know.
You're suggesting going camping?
Yeah. Probably the reason I hate him so much is because I'm a dad, and I've got this fear that one day my daughters will bring something like that home. And he'll come in and go, oh, such pleasure to be in your charming abode. Mother-in-law is very delicious.
Well, the protest in Trafalgar Square is not one of the most talked about things over the last week, but Russell Brand joined thousands of angry people protesting against capitalism. It was a great night for Russell. He managed to shift 5,000 copies of his new book. Right, fingers on buzzers, one more thing still to get.
Well, I don't know. Probably by the time this show goes out, even Mrs. Baker won't be talking about it. But is it the news that Norman Baker's resigned? Hold the front page. He resigned from the Home Office.
And this was the Lib Dem politician Norman Baker, he's resigned because of the drug policy, right?
Yeah, well, he resigned because he said, in a very, very sort of bad metaphor, he said it's like walking through mud, working under Theresa May, which is not that difficult, is it, walking through mud? I think he meant treacle. He said it was very, very difficult to work alongside her, so he resigned in what I would describe as a very petulant, childish way, like, I'm resigning, when he doesn't realise his purpose there is not to get along with them, it's actually to annoy, be a nuisance, just make things difficult for her, He should have just, hung around, I don't know, given her a nickname.
Theresa May, what would you have suggested?
Well, Diesel Ass, I think that'd be a good one. Just spreads that around as a shit in a drawer or something like that.
I can't imagine you ever doing that in a workplace, Sean, but presumably at some point you were employed somewhere and, with a proper job. Did you ever make a nuisance of yourself?
Well, not deliberately. I don't think... I've been sacked quite a lot.
In your defence, you needed a shit and there was a drawer there.
Yeah. No, I've never been in a high-profile enough position to have a drawer.
Well, the politician that resigned, Norman Baker, actually is in a band called the Reform Club. Have a look.
See that tram sitting there all alone, blowing Hey Jude through a traffic cone. On a crowded pavement, people rushing everywhere, they're passing by and they don't care. Piccadilly Circus, Piccadilly Circus, don't complain. Piccadilly Circus, it's cold again.
I like how he transforms just from an ordinary guy to a rock star by putting a hat on.
That's a good song, though, isn't it?
What, sorry, that one that we just heard? No, it is not.
If you're a Liberal Democrat called Norman, working in the Home Office is the coolest thing you're ever going to do. And it feels like when I leave a house party and nobody's really listening and nobody cares. So, well, I'm bloody going then. All right. Get out of the way of the fridge, I've got 4 cans in there. Yeah.
So, there's also been calls this week for Ed Miliband to resign. What would you make of that, John?
Well, I would like to stand up for the man, but the fact is he is depressingly shit. I imagine every decision he makes, he shits himself about. Like, if I open the door myself, will people think that I can't get someone to open the door for me? But then if a woman opens it, do I look sexist? Or if a man opens it, will people think I'm having an affair with a man?
John, what do you make of Ed Miliband?
He's kind of I think you make the point that he's basically worried about how he looks so much more, and there is a sense that if somebody's like desperately wanting to appear a certain way, then maybe they don't actually stand for anything particular. And
this week he tried to give some money to a beggar. Well, he was walking past a beggar, and then some journalists see him walk past. So here's a picture of him giving some money to a beggar. Best will in the world, that's not how you do that.
Are you supposed to even give money to beggars?
I buy them booze because I worry they're going to spend it on food.
No, but it's difficult because...
I fuck them, because I've usually run out of change. You do. I just think, look, I can't walk past and give you nothing, so I'll give you a good scene too.
It is a big social issue and something I battle with every day because homeless charities insist you should not give beggars money because you're not helping them.
OK, but those are people that used to be in a band with you.
Hey, everyone's doing all right, mate. I'm the one who's on this friggin' show for a few minutes.
Well, let's have a look and see if Norman Baker is up there. At the end of that round, Sean, Romesh and Melanie have 2 points, John, Charlotte and David have 1. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. John, Charlotte, David, pick a question. What do you like the look of?
The screaming man with his hands over his ears.
OK. Most people hate the sound of their own voice, true or false?
Well, I do hate your voice. But it's a really good test if you get a new sound system or TV at home. If you just leave you talk for 10 minutes, if it's still working, then it's not bad.
Like 10 minutes to get a word in edgeways on this bloody I agree, that is annoying, isn't it? What if I go really close to you? Hi, David.
Yeah.
See how I'm this close, but I'm still not touching you? It can be done.
Do you find your voice sort of annoying, or...?
It is annoying. I used to do a thing where if I thought of something while I was out, I would phone myself and leave it as a message on my answer machine. And I could never do it, because as soon as my answer machine picked up, I went, fuck it.
The thing I don't understand about you, though, is you do have kind of quite a nasal voice, but then you're brilliant at doing accents. Why don't you just pick an accent that's better and just do that?
I would, Jimmy, but they tend to label that more of a mental breakdown than
Well, you do a very good Spanish. Quite a sexy Spanish, I think. Just do Spanish from here on in.
The fact that you find it sexy is why I stopped doing it, Jimmy.
Do the Spanish.
What you want, my friend? No, that's...
That's more Mexican. I just think we should find a different voice for you, and we should just stick with it.
I agree. I do Liverpool, I would stick with. That's a
Can you do
better accent.
Scouse?
Everyone can do Scouse, can't they? It's the one
I
everyone
don't think
does.
it's the accent that's a problem, is it? It's more the pitch.
This is such a fun round for me, really. Is there a possible round on small dicks we could do next as well, Jimmy? Don't feel I'm taking enough of a hammer in here.
That's what your girlfriend said.
Charlotte's got a nice voice. You've got a very... You say things properly.
It's so hard to talk after someone said you have a nice voice. Sometimes I lower it to sound like more mature and like I know what I'm talking about.
So do I.
Does that...
I wouldn't believe what my
How high
real
is it?
voice sounds like.
I mean, you've got quite a posh voice, haven't you?
Yes. Like, there's no way around it. And I used to get teased if I ever tried to make it not posh because everybody hates that. So every time I tried to temper it, my friends just would not allow it. It was...
And your friends were... your friends were in Destiny's Child,
They
presumably.
I think you just got to have faith in your own voice and just...
This is good now. This is the new one.
It sounds like Morgan Freeman with more energy.
Morgan Freeman's more... I'll never forget the first time I saw Andy Dufresne. My voice is very, very scratchy, but it sounds quite nice, and that's why I talk quite slowly when I talk.
Just do that voice forever.
Okay.
I can do one impersonation in the world, and it's one word, and it's John Motson, the great football commentator, saying the nickname of my favourite football team, Tottenham Hotspur, and he says, Spurs. The worst is when people try to do an impersonation of this. People, particularly from this country.
You're talking about the hairstyle?
It always ends up offensive after. It'd be like, is that right? Sure, look at you with your bam and a potato.
You realise this show is edited and that's the only thing we're going to use of you. Melanie, do you find your speaking voice, do you like it?
It depends, and I find it changes a lot as well. I think, like everybody, you kind of adjust the way you speak for who you're speaking to. Because I'm not going to speak to, like, Sean. I'm not going to go, you know, all right there, Sean, how's it going, mate?
Right, wow.
I don't know, it's just weird. If I'm on telly, I'm not going to talk really fast and really Scouse.
No.
But if I'm pissed, you might understand me.
You're saying the Scouse people maybe isn't an accent, they're just drunk. Good point. Sean, do you like your voice?
Well, the problem with me is not my voice, it's usually what I've said.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it's not just the voice. Do you ever get the feeling like you'd just like to have a little holiday from yourself?
Oh,
just have a little break?
Yeah.
Just like a couple of days off?
Would you be somebody else in the meantime?
Oh, that's complicated, isn't it? Possibly either way, just a couple of days off.
But not the full operation, you just want to dress up and...
Yeah,
Scientifically, don't you hear your voice inside your head is a register lower than what it actually sounds like?
You hear your voice lower?
You in your head.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
When I first heard my voice back, I just cried for ages because it was so horrible. And the worst thing about it is that your voice, when you know, like when you're in a photo and you've got a little bit of a belly and people say, oh, no, that's not how everyone sees you. Your voice, you're the only person that hears it the way you like it. So when you hear the recorded version, that's how everybody hears it. It's like you only seeing a six-pack on yourself and everyone else thinks you're a fat bastard. That's basically what it's like.
But also, nobody is as critical of your voice as you are. You know,
I don't think that's been the case.
Well, obviously, there's freaks, but...
OK, well, let's get some answers on this. So most people hate the sound of their own voice. True or false? What are we going to go with, John?
Shit, yeah.
You're going to say true?
Yeah.
OK. What are you going to go with, Sean?
Well, I like fun. I'm going to go false.
OK, I can tell you the answer is... It was very close, but it's false. Only 47% of people hate the sound of their own voice. People really shouldn't judge others by their accents, but they do, though, don't they, though? So the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Best way to seduce someone?
Tether a goat.
What, sorry?
Tether a goat to their fence outside the house. Just leave a goat there. And then, well, you leave it there, and then they bring it in, and then a couple of days later, you go, oh, did you find my goat? And they go, oh, yeah, it's in the garden. And you sit down, you start chatting about the goat, and they become attached to the goat, and then you sort of say, well, you know, it's amazing, you know, we've got so much in common. Before you know it... You just lean across there, so it's a lovely goat, isn't it? You just go...
Who's that to? Who are you doing that to?
To the person you've given
To
the
the
goat
person.
to.
Not to
Yeah.
the goat.
That's their shoulder, that's their shoulder.
Oh.
What's the matter with you people?
I think that might be actual sixth place.
I've always wanted to ask Mel this question. Has any sleazy guy ever gone, I know what you want, what you really, really want? Do you know what I mean? Like in a disgusting, horrible way?
No, not so much in that way, but it's probably the thing that is said to me the most.
Speaking of Wannabe, Wannabe was voted the catchiest song of all time ever last week.
Scientifically proven.
Scientifically proved to be the catchiest song in the world.
It won the Ebola Award for music.
Historically, like, being in a band is a great way to get laid, isn't it?
Oh, I imagine, yeah.
But
when you've got songs like Two Become One, ho-ho, it's on.
Yeah. But I kind of messed it up by wearing tracksuits all the time.
Do you have groupies?
The thing is with the Spice Girls, our fans were mostly very young girls or gay guys.
Apparently, insulting girls is meant to be. I've heard. Is it called
Cheryl,
negging?
will you?
Meant to give a girl like a sort of underhand, like mean comment, and then her confidence is lowered, and then you can pounce or whatever. And someone
Pounce?
actually. Well.
I mean, if you're going
some
to
point-
pounce, don't bother dressing it up. Ah.
The whole idea behind negging is like if there's a really attractive girl, they believe that they're above you self-esteem wise, so you have to do little like digs, but you have to do it like in a disguised way. Like you go like, oh, that's a nice dress, doesn't go with those shoes though, does it, or whatever. And then, but the thing is, you'll drink as the night goes on, and you just think it's going really well. You just kind of go, you're a fucking twat, aren't you?
Similar to Sean's goat trick, I genuinely wooed my first girlfriend when I was 17. I had a enterprise where I would come to your house and fix your bike if your bike wasn't working, and she phoned me up, brackets, at my parents' house, and I came and I've mostly fixed her bike, but didn't fix all of it, so then I had to come back and fix the rest. And she had an accident in the meantime. We went out for 2 months.
I've been seduced. Well, someone's attempted to seduce me. It was a distinguished elder gentleman. I was a young lad hitchhiking. And
Are you writing erotic fiction on the show now?
he was chatting away, and he said to me, he sort of suggested the idea that I might be interested in another aspect of sexuality. And I was sort of going, no, not really, mate, no. And he said to me, surely we should try all the fruits in the garden, Sean. And I said, fuck off, right? But what I wish I'd said was, it's not the fruit I'm worried about, mate, it's the gardener. I didn't think of that till the next day.
Yeah, of course, by that time, you were trussed up in the back of a truck.
Well, yeah.
John, have you ever chatted anyone up? Have you ever used a line?
No. No. I play the long game. I can cook, I'll clean, I'll beg.
All right, I'll go.
This is all direct lines I've used in clubs.
If you were trying to seduce Charlotte, let's say, how would you...
I have a girlfriend, Jimmy, and I will not risk that relationship for the sake of one of your little jokes.
So, are you worried that Charlotte may fall in love with you if you... I think you're going to be all right, mate.
All right, then, well, all I will say, Jimmy, is on your head be it. If my life collapses as a result of this...
you're insured against this, don't
you
panic.
to be there to pick up the pieces.
OK, Charlotte, prepare to be seduced.
Here we go.
Oh, it's happening now. OK.
Heard that before as well. What brings you to this, Weatherspoons?
I'm here for a quiet drink with my boyfriend.
That's me. That's me. I'm on either side of you now.
Threesome?
OK, best way to seduce someone, what do you think?
I think it's probably listening, isn't it? Taking an interest.
It's a way to keep someone's attention.
Money, showing them all your money.
Scream.
Okay, look at all the money I've got. Look how much money I've got. Look, I've got more. Look, bring all the money in.
Giving them present, lots of presents.
It's not present.
Follow them
Eye
with a
contact.
scooter. Get a little scooter and just follow it. What's I like you. I like you.
What was that? Follow them in a scooter.
Scooter, just those little kid scooters. So you're not threatening. Like a car, if you follow them in a car, that'd be threatening, creeped out. If you know those little scooters that kids have. I like you. I'm slowing down for you now, so I'm right in the same place. I like you.
Ramesh, what did you think?
Eye contact.
That is the right answer. Yes, the best way to seduce someone is to make eye contact. I have to say, it didn't work for me. All she said was, what are you doing? Stop touching my eye. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are John, Charlotte and David have 1 point, Sean, Ramesh and Melanie have 4 points. They're tonight's winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats, going for gold, it's Lewis Smith. Here we go, it's Henning Vane. And their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, hey, big spender, it's Kelly Hoppin. Here for the crack, it's David O'Doherty. And their team captain, John Richardson. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, a third of university students don't know how to boil an egg? Idiots. Fancy not being able to use a microwave and a hammer. 23% of grandparents help fund their grandchildren through university, usually by dying. And a study claims 25% of people who've had cosmetic surgery lied to get it paid for by the NHS. I know I did. I told the doctor my girlfriend was unsatisfied by my tiny penis, but I was lying. I haven't got a girlfriend. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 3 most popular talking points. Sean's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
Is it the car racing guy? Lewis Hamilton, yeah. He won the World Championships, world champion of the... I've got the fastest machine competition, which appears to be whoever's got the fastest car wins. Should be the car that wins, and at the end, the car doesn't get anything. It doesn't even get, like, a nice tank of petrol. Or ride out in the countryside instead of going round and round a fucking track.
It's a lovely thought. Henning, do you like Formula 1?
I went once to Silverstone, and it was a fairly underwhelming experience. I bought one of them ground passes, and that allows you to walk around the circuit, and then at the point of your choosing, you're allowed to press your face against the fence. The problem is, the cars, they're so small in reality and so fast. When they were going by, you couldn't even make out their colour. It was just a ball of noise flying past. And this is the worst day out I've ever had.
Lewis, would you fancy a go at it? I mean, you're a sportsman.
I'd love to have a go, yeah. I like a bit of adrenaline.
You like a bit of adrenaline? Oh, yeah. Gymnastics.
I'm sorry. Have you tried doing a back somersault?
Have I tried doing a back somersault? How do you think I got on stage this evening? I somersault in.
Oh, really? We must have missed that one. Please show us again for the cameras.
OK, fine. Well, no, because of health and safety, I probably shouldn't in these heels. You can't do a back somersault just off the bat. You have to warm up.
Are you asking me or telling me?
I think we're flirting. Can you do a back... Go on, do a back somersault.
All right. Let's go warm up first.
You've got to warm up. I told you had to warm up.
That's not warm, Johnny.
Oh, what? Oh, Jesus. Don't do that. Ah.
What's up?
This is...
You're next, though, yeah?
Yeah, no, straight after, but I'm
right,
just gonna... Just watching, because I need to learn the technique.
Oh,
OK.
Oh! Have done?
Yeah, sure. OK. So and then...
Go on, undo a few buttons first, I think.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah!
Yeah, you fancy it?
Whoa!
Ready?
No, don't actually do it!
I thought there was no adrenaline in gymnastics, so this would be easy.
Yeah.
All right, there is some. Can you, I mean... Pretty impressive. Does anyone else fancy having a go at anything?
I can't do backward somersault, but I can do this. Can you put the sound on later? That's a big one.
David, you were you Leinster under-15 triple jump champion?
Get it right, James. I was 1990 East Leinster under-14s triple jump bronze medalist. No, I'm terribly impressed by that in a way that I'm not so much by Formula. I think the problem with Formula One is I look at it and I have a few sports where I just think, yeah, I could do that. The closest I would get to Formula One would be Mario Kart, which I am virtually unbeatable at. And then you add into the pressure of that, having to drive over boxes and being chased by a kind of a dragon. No disrespect, like a real one. So I'm more impressed by that than that.
I think I'm with you. Do you reckon you'd be any good at it, John?
No, I don't admire speed. I'm more into sort of safety. To be fair, Formula One, I think, is one of the few sports that if I went into it, I would be one of the exciting people in the sport. Do you know, he said he was going to celebrate by having a few nice dinners. Even I looked at that and thought, oh, sod off. They say he's going to marry, what's his girlfriend?
Nicole Scherzinger.
Because of the marketing capabilities, and that's what I'm doing.
Who are you going to marry?
Well, I'll marry my girlfriend, Lucy. We're going to create our brand, Juicy. Some fragrances, John Richardson Y-fronts, chastity belt, rubber John Johnnies. They're all available next May, out in the shops.
Kelly, were you impressed, Kelly?
By John now, or... Because I was very impressed.
We're clutching at straws there, but go by Lewis Hamilton's achievement.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I think... I disagree with Sean. I think, actually, it's the driver that drives the car, because you've got...
I think...
No,
I didn't say they don't drive the car.
You were saying the car...
I don't say they're just sitting there going...
No. What you said was the car should get some form of acknowledgement, but actually, I think... I mean, it's fast and it's furious, and I would hate to be any part of it.
The other thing I don't like about it is all the sponsorship. I mean, do they have any clothes that aren't sponsored? Does, like, Lewis Hamilton wake up in the morning and go, what shall I wear? The pepperami trousers or the Branston pickle jacket?
Two brilliant examples of sponsorship there. Pepperami and Branston pickle. I think that may explain recent medical problems you've been having.
It'd be great, wouldn't it, if Formula One was sponsored by Branston Pickle, wouldn't it? And instead of champagne at the end, he just shook up a jar of Branston and just flicked it at the drivers.
Well, that's more or less what they did, didn't they? Because it was in Abu Dhabi, they couldn't have champagne. So they had, like, elderflower...
Cordial.
Yeah. And it's like, well, in Abu Dhabi, you're not allowed to drink champagne, but apparently you're allowed to kiss a man's helmet in public.
Let's take a look at that moment.
Why wouldn't he take it? I mean, he's finished the race. He doesn't need to, which brings in my conspiracy theory that, in fact, it wasn't Lewis Hamilton under there. It was me!
Well, shall we have a look and see if Lewis Hamilton is up there? Of course. Let's talk about them. Yes, Lewis Hamilton's won the Formula One championship for a second time. A modern Formula One racing car emits a sound louder than a jumbo jet. But fortunately, Lewis Hamilton always wears earplugs because he goes out with Nicole Scherzinger. John Steen, what else has the nation been talking about this week?
Well, we will talk about that next week, that sound.
Yeah. Your ball's dropping.
One of your politicians was very rude to a taxi driver who recorded it and sold it to the Sun.
David Mellor.
Yeah.
Should we have a listen? Let's have a listen.
You got in here and then you start telling me what way to go. I said to you, look, to be honest with you, it's Friday night, it's 5 to 6, right? You may have lived in London 40 years or however long, but I've been driving a cab for 10 years.
You've been driving a cab for 10 years. I've been in the cabinet. I'm an award-winning broadcaster. I'm a Queen's Counsel. You think what your experiences are
you haven't.
To mine?
No.
Just shut up, for Christ's sake. Drive me where you want to go and keep a civil tongue in your head, okay? And don't give me a lot of I don't want to hear it.
Oh, that is...
I think it's pretty clear who's the arsehole there. I don't think there's any doubt in that situation. And for younger viewers who don't know who David Mellor is, He's a huge arsehole.
Should we treat ourselves to a bit more?
Yeah, I like it, yeah.
To be honest with you, Mr. Miller,
I don't want to hear about you being honest. And if you think you're going to be sarky, get a better education before you're sarky with me. Listen to Ken and I tomorrow. You're going to get a bucket full. And your friends, I have so many cabbies that get in a cab. They listen to my show. They're proud to do so. I'm going to tell them what you've done. Uber is going to be my thing. Okay? You up our day. How dare you? On a little stupid little art.
What's amazing over the course of the full thing is how many times he mentions his radio show. Starts to sound like he knows he's being recorded and he's using it as an advert. You listen to me at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning on LBC when I will be joined by none other than Phil Collins. He's listed. It's so funny when someone loses it and he starts listing his accomplishments and he's running out and it's, I am an award-winning broadcaster. I was in Dictionary Corner on Countdown. I have 2 sets of golf clubs.
I was the 1990 East Leinster under-14s triple jump bronze medalist.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
I heard that somewhere. Heard that. Kelly, what did you make of that?
I just think it's atrocious. I mean, if you get into a cab, you give them the address, and that's the job of the cabbie to take you the best route. You don't sit there and tell him how to go. You wouldn't call a plumber and end up doing his job for him.
Well, I've seen some plumbing videos online where
No, but
things get quite heated between some of their female
but
customers.
I just think that he's a complete... That's funny.
Thanks. You're so sweet.
I think he's a complete dickhead.
Lewis, do people recognise you in the back of a cab?
I did get corrected the other day, actually. I went into a cab at King's Cross and I said, I'd like to go to the Mayfair Hotel on Berkeley Street. And he goes, Stratton Street, mate, actually, stick to gymnastics. And there was a good awkward silence for about 2 or 3 minutes.
I didn't even know Sean had a cab. OK, let's see if it's up there. Yes, it's David Mellor's heated row with a taxi driver. It's great to have David Mellor's face back in the newspapers, especially if you've always wondered what the crazy frog would look like taking a shit. So, Sean's team, what else did the nation be talking about over the last week?
It seems to get on the front pages a lot these days, which are stories of obesity. And the latest one is that, due to the government's sort of guidelines on the NHS, 2 million people are entitled to gastric bans.
Yeah, it's incredible. I think it's quite good news, isn't it, if you need to lose a bit of weight?
Well, no, it's not good news, because they could do it without gastric bans. They could do it.
Well, apparently not. The rather unfortunately named obesity expert, Dr. Rachel Batterham. That is her name. She said that many obese patients find it virtually impossible to lose weight.
Well, yeah, because they keep eating.
The idea is to save society money. That's the underlying idea, isn't it? You want the NHS to save money. In many ways, you could come to a quicker result if you just keep feeding them.
By putting the band in, do people actually physically lose the weight, or do
they
just...
do. It's because it sort of starts them off, and then they lose a lot of weight, and then they feel better about
And
themselves,
do they
and then they
take
can
the band
exercise.
out, then?
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
It can be quite dangerous, though.
Oh, yeah, it can be very dangerous. People
Can
die
kill
having
them.
it done. It can kill them, but that's Henning's plan anyway. So, it's not the end of the world.
It seems quite basic, though. That's my worry about it. If I had to do it, I'd think that's quite a route one idea. You just wrap an elastic band around your stomach. It started off with stapling. I think they've just gone in Ryman's and just thought, we'll go with a stapler. The next one will be you just feed your fat into a shredder, just get a Pritt stick and just stick it back up like that. But there will come a point, if we don't deal with it, where more people are fat than are not fat, and then fat people will be in power, and they will be passing legislation to make thin people fat. So I'm saying...
No, they won't, because most of them will be up north and the country will just flip.
One of the proposals was that you refuse to serve obese people in fast food restaurants, which would be a tricky one to enforce.
Well, like in a bar when you've had too much booze and they go, I think you've had enough. In KFC, go, ooh. Whoa, so I think Sir's had quite enough already. I have an idea of narrowing the doorways of chip shops. Oh, so how do you stay in shape, Lewis?
I think exercise is just routine. If it's not something you normally do, then it's hard to kickstart it.
What do you do? So, end of the Olympics, right? You've done all that training, you've been
Yeah.
through all that, and that was your goal. What do you have to treat yourself at the end?
Everything. Indian, Chinese, KFC, all the stuff you've starved yourself of like 12 weeks, just pack it all in.
Well, some people are living like that the whole time.
The problem is at the moment society accommodates overweight people too well. I was in a men's outfitter in Shrewsbury the other day.
Oh, you live a life, don't you?
So, and then I tried on a nice pair of corduroy trousers. And I couldn't button them up. And then the bloke that runs the place says, ooh, maybe try one size easier. Rather than, you a fat bastard.
We have a thing over here, Henning, called customer service. Is if you make a living by selling stuff, it's better not to have people walk in your shop and go, all right, fat fucker, we haven't got anything for you.
Well, I had that in that I have a 36-inch waist, but I have a fantastically short leg. I have a 31-inch leg. And so I tried in the Levi's shop to get those jeans, and the guy just said, no, that doesn't happen. That does not exist. And I was like, look, and he's like, no, they're wrong.
Can we see your weird body shape?
Well,
because I'm just wondering how short these legs actually are.
I once had to pose in a life drawing class.
This is a really weird pose right now.
I had to...
Walk round and stand in front of the thing.
I think that's the way forward.
Before I did this as a job, I posed naked in a life drawing class, and people drew me, and the person who was marking the drawings just went, nah, you've all done this really badly. And it was, in fact, because of these tiny weeny...
You've got little... And look at the little hooves.
Yeah. They're not ridiculous, but
the length of your torso is remarkable.
Yeah.
It's...
Long body, short legs.
Yeah. You don't know what the struggle that is my life. You people don't even know what it's like to have, like, an iPod in your pocket and the headphones on, you go...
Do you know, David, though, that body is very desirable in Middle-earth.
Women go mad for it.
Well, that's not one of the most talked about things over the last week. The worry is the obesity epidemic will bring the country to its knees, and it'll be too fat to get back up again. We're still trying to guess the most talked about things over the last week. John's team, what do you think the nation will be talking about over the last week?
Is it... Well, it's Christmas again, so there'll be a story about a terrible winter wonderland experience. And this year, it's Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen in the hot seat, isn't it?
Yeah, the interior designer.
I mean, this one was a disaster. They had elves smoking. Father Christmas was drunk and was offering kids...
It sounds amazing.
They said the promoters were saying that it was all about making memories, and I think this would be memorable.
The problem was the marketing. They just shouldn't have called it Winter Wonderland. They should have called it, like, Shitmas Crap Town. They should have gone to just the shittest Christmas ever.
They called it the magical journey.
Well, one of the problems that they said that the elves were telling the kids they hoped they had a shit Christmas. I think the problem is, if you have a Midlands accent, sometimes, even if you're wishing someone a happy Christmas, it can sound a bit, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. It's just kids going out, oh, there's no need to be like that, you dick.
It's too... they deserve it. Anyone taking their kids to a winter Christmas wonderland in November deserves to have a shit time. And anyway, maybe it's just the arse end of Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen's Halloween Nightmare Town. And everyone went, this is horrific. And he's like, sweet.
It's just a very clever marketing ploy, isn't it? Most of them things never happen. Like, they make it... Oh, this is so bad, you have to go and see it with your own eyes to believe it. And then everyone goes in there and says, oh, well, it's just disappointing.
Yeah. The German tourist board there.
Germany is exciting, and I tell you what, if you want to experience an authentic German Christmas experience in the UK, go to Birmingham and enjoy the German Christmas market. I was there this year on the opening night, and I'm amazed how many of my countrymen are fluent in Romanian.
You're a big fan of Christmas markets? Because I've heard a radio ad of yours.
Yeah, from donkeys ago for the Brighton Christmas market, yes.
Should we have a listen?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
I'm loving the Brighton by the seaside. It reminds me of beautiful Boltenhagen. And I'm loving your German market at the Churchill Square. Knickknacks, gifted things, and all sorts of crafted things. And yummy things you don't get seeing nowhere else, except in beautiful Boltenhagen. Jawohl.
Very few radio ads where people mention knickknacks and yummy things.
The funny thing about that was, when I recorded that, the bloke said, "You sound too English, sound more German." So, and then I gave the most over-the-top version. I think that's exactly what we needed.
I thought you were like those Dolmio pasta guys, but the German version. You know the Dolmio foam little bastards? I hate them. You see them, you just want to put a lighter near them, don't you? I thought you were like a sort of German version of that.
Back to Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland.
Would you take the kids there?
No, I wouldn't take my kids to anything to
What
Lawrence
if they've done something awful?
Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. I mean, this is a man who looks himself in the mirror and then still leaves the house.
We've got a still of him. Here's a still of Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. I'm not sure. Why is he gone as one of the three musketeers?
Yeah.
Kelly, you're an interior designer. Is he in any way competition?
No, definitely not. No, but he's not. You know, he's definitely not.
Fight. All the interior designers get together. Like
No, but I would
WWE.
never go and design a winter wonderland, ever. And I think that Lawrence's style is very over the top in the way that he dresses. It's kind of like, let's put everything into a room all at once and puff it up and light it and boom, that's it. Whereas I am...
Good at it.
Very good.
Lewis, would you go to the Winter Wonderland?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't see why you'd go anywhere if you could do backward somersaults. I mean, it's just the sort of thing you can just amuse yourself. Like you think, I could go out today, or I could just go, hey!
People always say this. Like,
people always say what?
People always say, oh, if I could do backflips, I'd be doing them everywhere. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You'd look like a right tit just doing backflips everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't do them. That's why I didn't do one earlier. OK. It's not up there, but I can tell you Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen's Winter Wonderland has reopened despite hundreds of complaints. Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen's Winter Wonderland is such an atrocity. After it opened, Al-Qaeda rang up and claimed responsibility. Rather fun. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing still to get. Lewis?
I'm a celebrity. That's on it, isn't it?
What was that?
I was thinking of Gemma Collins. Really bad, especially after the whole gastric bypass and all that thing.
So, I'm a celebrity. Do you watch the show?
Bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs. Would you ever consider going in the jungle?
For a serious amount of dough, yes.
OK, but, I mean, fast forward 12 months.
Such a dick.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I wouldn't do it. I hate bugs. Butterflies, moths. Well, butterflies aren't too bad, but moths and spiders.
Because that's the thing, isn't it? Before you go in, you've got to say what you're afraid of, and then
So and in that case, I'd say I'd hate comfy beds. I hate bug spray.
I reckon they'd see through that.
The big news this week was it was an argument in the camp between Kendra and Edwina Curry. Should we have a look?
Sometimes you put other people first.
Being here is the right decision, and I'm not going to let you or anyone tell me that that's the wrong decision.
I'm going to tell you it's the wrong decision. You can't stop me doing what I think is right. So there. That's the problem with that philosophy, because then you have everybody saying, I'm going to do my thing. And nobody does anything together.
But you're not seeing the heart of what we're saying. So you might as well shut the up and get the out of our conversation, because you're not seeing the heart of it. So take your heartless ass out of our conversations, shut the up and go back to sleep where you belong.
Horrible person.
She's got lovely breasts, though.
How did I make her say what I was thinking? That's the question. That's an incredible feat. Well done, me.
No.
The amazing one on this series is Jake Quickenden, because the show he got voted off from hasn't even finished yet. He got voted out of X Factor. 2 weeks later, he went in the jungle. If he gets out of there in time to do the Strictly Christmas special, he's done. In 5 months, he's had his whole career. Incredible. Admire his efficiency. Should we wait for the jungle next year? No, now. I can still get on a plane now. I can be eating a kangaroo dick on Tuesday.
Also, it says something very sick about us. The people, that's the main thing people want to watch. And you think, what have these celebrities done to deserve all this abuse, this humiliation? You realise what they've done to deserve it is nothing. And that's why people want to watch it. They think, look at you, you've got a big house, you know, big car, tanned wife or girlfriend, and you've done fuck all. Eat that bollock.
We shouldn't just talk about the bad things, though, because Gemma Collins said the experience of being in there has put her off television for life. And I think we should celebrate the good things that come out of our celebrity.
Let's have a look and see if I'm a celebrity's up there. Yes, it's I'm a Celebrity. During one of the trials, Jake Quickenden was bitten on the testicle by an ant. He's just lucky Deck didn't have a go on the other one. Kendra and Edwina Curry had a massive row in the jungle, and surprisingly, not over which one had fucked the most disgusting old man. So those were the most talked about things over the last week. But in other news, it's been revealed 70% of chickens sold in the UK are contaminated with a food poisoning bug. Following these damaging revelations, experts warn the bottom may fall out of the chicken industry and anyone that eats it. You can avoid getting poisoned by chicken if you follow a simple set of nan-dos and nan-don'ts. After eating chicken, are you feeling hot, medium hot, or lemon and herb? And ex-Tory Minister Andrew Mitchell has lost a libel case against The Sun after a judge ruled he probably did call police officers plebs. The only way Andrew Mitchell's day could get any worse is if he got picked up outside court by David Mellor's cab driver and taken to Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen's Winter Wonderland. And at the end of that round, John, Kelly and David have 1 point. Sean, Henning and Lewis have 2. So next round is pick of the polls. John, Kelly, David, pick a question.
Let's have the gentleman painting there. And he's not put masking tape on his skirting board, so he's going to have to do that again.
OK. Most people think they're good at interior design. True or false?
It's true.
Do you think people think they are good at interior design?
Oh, yeah, totally.
And do you think they are?
No.
What's the worst thing you see?
I mean, you haven't got long enough. I mean, just...
Heard that before.
Yeah.
That's not really an interior design issue.
No, but it's normally size that is the problem. In other words, people put the wrong size furniture in rooms. Like, so proportion is wrong.
So if you've got an average-sized living room, should you put tiny furniture in there to make it look like it's far away? What are you saying? Yeah. Well, like, put doll's furniture in there. People go, your house is massive.
Enormous. I think what it is that people don't measure it and plan it properly. You wouldn't just order something on the internet and not check the size and put the clothes on. It's the same kind of thing.
Did you order stuff online and not?
Might have done that, yeah.
What did you order?
A sofa which didn't fit.
I mean, literally didn't fit?
You couldn't get through the front door because it blocked it.
What happens in that scenario? You just...
I have to go around the back of the house, get out the sofa, and back.
OK, and then how does it look in the room?
It looks better now. I've moved to a better house and it's bigger, but...
You bought a sofa that was too big and then had to move house to accommodate...
It's not the reason I moved house.
It sounds like it's one of the reasons.
It played a factor, yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
All you need to do, paint your house white, on a table in the hallway, bowl of pebbles. Lovely. Nice bowl of pebbles, everything white, and like maybe a vase with like a reed sticking out of it.
I wish I'd thought of that.
No skulls. Don't put a skull. No skulls.
My friend's a painter, and he was painting my house, and he sent me off to the paint shop to buy 2 colours, and he'd written them down on a bit of paper, and I handed them over, and they all laughed in the paint shop. And he had written down on the piece of paper the 2 colours he wanted were panty bunting and grandma's labia. Tried to ring him up, and he was like,
One man in America designed his house so that everything worked electronically. Let's take a look.
People are fascinated by gimmicks. If you have to use the toilet, you just push this button here, and it becomes a regular potty. That was probably one of the first things I did. I don't know why I did it, though. You'll have to stand back there, though, in order to appreciate this one. Because, see, you can go around in circles. Whoa! That's okay. No problem.
Do you think he's done a good job?
I just think that gimmicks don't work. I mean, I've had somebody in the past ask me to put a fireman's pole in the bedroom.
That was not a fireman's pole. Henning, how have you decorated your beautiful home?
Decorates itself, really. I live in London. You can't swing a cat in a room or something. I can't even swing a fist in my kitchen. That's the reality of life in London. I mean, all is so... And that's why there is never any London contestants on Come Dine With Me.
That's the real problem here, yes. Finally, we got to the heart of the bloody issue.
Yeah. Where do you want to sit them dinner guests? Like, I live in a normal flat, so I can sit 2 people in the kitchen, probably 2 in the bedroom, say 3 in the living room, 1 in the hallway. Can't have anyone in the cupboard. Boris Becker is staying with me.
OK, let's get some answers on this. So most people think they're good at interior design. What are you going to go with, John?
I will defer to the expert, I think.
Yes.
So you're saying true, OK. What would you go with, Sean?
We're up, so we played safe. We say the same as them.
True. Cancel them out.
OK. I can tell you the answer is true. 54% of people think they are good at interior design. To make better use of space in our lounge, we knocked through to the next room. The neighbours were livid. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Worst thing to be told about yourself? What do you think?
He's yours.
What's the worst thing that people say about you? Just give us, like, the top 5 things that people say that annoy you.
Someone called me a shitwank the other day. I quite like that. I've obviously pissed you off and you thought, but actually I'm going to go away and think of something to call him. And he's just thought, if I put shit and wank, I'll call him a shitwank.
Someone came up to me on a train recently and said that I reminded them of that awful comedian, David O'Doherty. So I was like, yeah, that prick. Oh.
For me, the worst bit, if someone were to say, I'm flesh. If that was general consensus, was that I'm flesh, that would make me suicidal.
Well, it's a pretty nice burgundy jumper you've got on this evening. You are flash compared to some people.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, but not ish. Thank you very much.
The worst thing you can be told about yourself is, we got it all on tape. That's the worst one. David Miller found that out this week. He got the call from the Sun. Yeah, we'll prove it. Oh, shit.
Lewis, what's the worst thing you could say about a gymnast?
You're shit.
Thanks, Cal. I don't know, I mean, there's all sorts of stereotypes. I mean, a lot of people think I'm gay, which isn't the case.
But does that annoy you, or do you just think if people go...
No, because I know I like women. If there's anyone out there, you know, you want to test that out, feel free.
I'm a beautiful young woman.
You are not a beautiful young woman, surely.
Do what you want with me. Soldier.
You're an old man.
What do you think? Worst thing about yourself?
You smell.
You smell?
You smell.
You smell?
You smell.
You smell?
You smell.
You smell nice. Shut up, stop it, you. Well, Kelly, you smell is the right answer. Yes, the worst thing to be told about yourself is you smell. One of the most awkward things to do is to tell someone they smell. The best thing to do is pick a private place and tell them they should wash that private place more often because it reeks. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Henning and Lewis have 3 points. John, Kelly and David have 3 points. It's a draw. Everyone's a winner. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Look at that lovely smile. It's Jackie. She loves her country. It's Jamelia. And their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, boy oh boy, it's Steve Jones. Notorious D.O.D. It's David O'Doherty. And their team captain, John Richardson. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 30% of people would consider moving abroad after a holiday? I read about 2 girls who recently went on holiday to Peru, and they liked it so much they're staying for 6 to 8 years. 20% of travellers claim to be members of the Mile High Club. I once had a near miss on a flight to Thailand. Sorry, not near miss, pre-op transsexual. And 23% of Brits have never visited France, which means they've never experienced the thrill of sitting in a cafe on the Champs-Élysées and being put off their croissant by the sight of a woman's hairy armpits and the smell of dog shit. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
Strictly Come Dancing has started again.
It's back on. It's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. It's massive. Although the line-up is a bit... Well, I think most of them should bring a utility bill. I don't know who they are.
I thought there were huge stars on there. There's...
Who?
With Vanessa Feltz. You did that. Yeah. I said no.
No, I did that as well. I've been locked in a house with Vanessa Feltz. I can testify.
Of course.
Yeah, I did.
When you did Celebrity Big Brother.
I did Comic Relief Big Brother in 2001 with Vanessa Feltz, and she is she's nuts.
How long did you last in that, Jack?
I was in the whole week. I won it, of course.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Charm and personality that shines through. Captured the nation's heart.
Exactly. People just sort of warmed to me, and
I think people kept you in because they knew it would irritate you.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, do you think maybe she just said, like, I'll come and do the show, but I'm just not gonna do too much because I'm a bit heavy?
Yeah. Do you mean like serious, or what do you...
No, I mean, like, seriously.
Oh, no, you're
like...
being incredibly bitchy. OK, great.
No!
I didn't realise where you were going with this, but no, I'm with you.
You can't go, no, you just called her fat and
no,
go...
I didn't. I didn't
used
call her
another
fat.
word.
I didn't say... I didn't. Because I'm just saying she hasn't danced much, and to me, if you're going on a dancing show, you should dance.
No, in your defence, she came on my show at the start of the year, Let's Dance, and she said, I'm not going to dance. And literally, I don't know if you saw it, we lowered her from the ceiling onto a gigantic 8-foot-long cannon with her legs spread-eagled in a sequin leotard.
Was that the only way you could get her in the building?
David O'Doherty, would you go on the show?
I was just trying to think of what it would require for me to watch it. First, it would require either a baking element or a crystal meth element. The ultimate TV show would be a combination of so like be Great British
Breaking Bad off, where they'd all cook meth, but then the judging would take ages.
John, would you do Strictly?
No, I don't dance. The only dance I do is YMCA. That's more spelling than dancing.
Sean, presumably you're pretty... I mean, you watch the show. Would you go on the show? Would you go on Strictly?
Well, you know, if my whole career fell apart in tatters and I had really no option and a lot of tax bills to pay and situation... No, I actually didn't mean that. Sometimes you get lucky. I mean, you only go on it if your career has reached a certain point. Basically, you have to throw yourselves up into the sort of, like, tides of popularity and hope you get washed up on a beach, not smashed to pieces on the rocks.
Right then, well, on that note, Jamelia, would you do it?
Stop.
What?
Honest to God, I get asked to do it every single year, and just hell no.
It's one of the 2 biggest shows on TV, so I mean, it's...
Do you know the stupid amounts of money they offer you to do that show? I just wouldn't...
How much did they offer?
No, they're like ridiculous.
come on.
I mean, ridiculous
What,
amounts
tell
of
us.
money. You can buy a house, put it that way. And
Yeah, but you live in
always say
Birmingham.
no. Yeah.
Let's have a look and see if Strictly is up there. Yes, indeed, Strictly Come Dancing has started again. In the first episode of this series of Strictly, everyone agreed Abby Clancy stole the show. Typical Scouser. OK, well, let's just have a brief musical interlude while John shows us his dancing.
I hate being made to dance. I'll dance on my own in my kitchen. And that is the only... I was at a wedding the other week, and a girl kept going, oh, yeah, why don't you go and have a dance? I said, I don't want to dance. She went, are you boring? And I went, yeah, and you're talking to me.
John's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about?
It's got to be Ed Miliband.
Ed Miliband. Go on, tell me the story.
Well, the story is that the Daily Mail have, I think personally, they've pretty much created a Batman. The Daily Mail are the Joker, and they've shot Ed Miliband's parents in front of him, specifically his father, by saying that he's a Marxist who hates Britain. And Ed Miliband has gone apeshit crazy over it.
I don't think Ed Miliband is capable of going apeshit crazy.
Let me tell you, if he is Batman, he needs to do something. He needs to fight fire with fire, because you can't win a war of words with the Daily Mail. He needs to go down to where the Daily Mail is made. He needs to wait for the journalist who printed the story to leave the building. Then he needs to beat the shit out of them.
I think the most frightening thing is that the Daily Mail have possibly run out of living people to hate. So now they've had to move on to the deceased. And soon they're going to be done with all of them, so they're going to have to just move on to fictional characters. Probably, oh, look at Pooh Bear, just lounging around 100-acre wood, broken Britain, honey.
Jack, what do you make of Ed Miliband's father being slagged off in the Daily Mail?
I think it's, like a lot of people, I think it's pretty awful. Ed's dad is a lot similar, a lot in common with my dad, because Ralph Miliband fled Belgium to escape the Nazis.
Right.
My dad fled Belgium to escape Belgium. He was there, he wasn't enjoying it, so he had to... he got on one of the last boats out. He was one of the lucky ones. But, no, it is, it's true. Everyone... Stop staring at me. Don't...
I suppose until you've been to Belgium, you don't realise how much you do love this country.
Vinnie Jones is one of the few people who's Vinnie Jones left the country. He lives in America now. Don't turn your back on me. Just be normal. Just be a normal human for a change.
Look up there. Is everyone happy with that?
But if you were...
That just seems rude.
Sean was staring at me. I felt like a bit of fresh meat in a prison, and he's an old-timer. Weighing me up.
Jamelia, no, if someone slagged off your dad?
I didn't even...
Well, the thing is...
Is this not... No, is this your personal space? Am I invading it? Is that what it is?
It's weird, Sean. I don't know.
If someone slagged off my dad, I don't care because he's a knob. So,
Can I just say Sean is now taking the piss?
No, no.
No,
I just thought, while Jamelia's talking, I'll look at Jack.
No.
Jack's talking, I'll look at Jamelia. Where do I look?
It's
Can someone
wrong
get me a
behaviour.
book or something to look at?
See the way John is over there, just perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect, look at
Be a
that.
bit more like me, mate.
Totally relaxed.
I'm annoyed that we didn't get to slag Vinnie Jones off because
Well,
really
Vinnie
is a prick,
Jones,
and I
yeah,
think
he's
we
another
should
great
make that point.
academic, of course, who's left the country.
Why did he leave the country then?
Because he says he doesn't like Britain anymore. It's not what it used to be. He's gone to live in America.
But his argument about Britain was that he said if you landed me at Heathrow now in a blindfold, I took it off, I wouldn't know which country I was in. If you landed in Vinnie Jones's kitchen and had a blindfold on and took it off, you wouldn't know which country you're in, because he's still eating English food, probably in an English house. I bet he's got football tops on his wall. I bet he's still got Sky Sports. And you can say what you like, because if he finds out about it, it's because he's watching this show, so he's watching English TV, so he's a fucking dick.
Well, actually, I've met him and... Yeah, no,
I
pretty
read
much.
that, Jimmy, and it's... because Vinny, as you rightly point out, Vinny said, if you blindfold me, put me on an aeroplane and landed in Britain, I wouldn't know where I was. And I felt like saying, well, that's what blindfolds are for. That means it's worked, Vinny.
Yeah. OK, let's see if the male Miliband row is up there. Yes, Ed Miliband is at war with the Daily Mail over an article attacking his father. It begs the question, why did the Daily Mail hate Ralph Miliband so much? He was a Marxist academic, not a black Romanian disabled single mum on benefits. Sean, what else did the nation be talking about?
What do you think, Jack? Sorry. Jack! What do you think, Jack?
America, probably. Are they America?
Yeah, America.
It's a huge story, go on.
The American budget. They can't pass a budget. Loads of state-run organisations, departments have had to close because they can't be currently funded.
Loads of things. So tourist destinations have closed as well. So the Statue of Liberty's closed, the Grand Canyon, Alcatraz, museums...
How'd they close the Grand Canyon? They put a tarpaulin over it.
I think it's just a massive zip. It just goes zip. Nothing to see, move on.
The Statue of Liberty's just sat down with a cigarette.
All of these things, can't you see them from a distance anyway? I don't really see what the... You know...
You're not even allowed to look at them, or you're... even if you cast a glance at the Statue of Liberty, you're a scab.
Especially with my crazy googly eyes. The worst story I heard was on death row, guys were having to electrocute themselves by the broom handle. They're all stats in there.
I tell you what I don't like about the situation, I do actually know something about it, is the fact that they're fighting... I know you're quite shocked. But they're not fighting, but... Well, it is kind of fighting. Whoever it is, Republicans, are they the opposite?
What was the thing you knew about it?
So Obama is trying to pass Obamacare, which is kind of like an NHS.
Yes.
So basically, the Republicans, they just want people to die. They're like, you know, no, they do. Because, no, they do.
This is the nub of it, OK? So
Yeah.
there are 44 million Americans unable to get health insurance.
Yeah.
And if you don't have insurance and you visit the emergency room in America, it'll cost the average person $1,200.
Well, so, well, no, but if you're pregnant and you haven't got health insurance, you need to go to the hospital, they knock the baby back in with a mallet. If anyone needs healthcare, it's Americans, isn't it? Because they are unhealthy. Most of them have got 4 buttocks, haven't they? When they eat shit, I mean, their blood doesn't pump around the system. They squeeze it around like pate.
I'm looking forward to the film, because like, they made films about 9/11. They do films about everything in America, don't they? So there'll be like a film called Shut Down. It's like Ryan Gosling in New York going, those sons of bitches closed down every public toilet in the northeast side of the city. I gotta take a shit.
I think the supreme irony of it is, no, I don't mind if I'm the one who happened to point it out, but I think the supreme irony of it all, and I hope I'm quoted in generations to come for this observation I'm going to make.
Will I hush, please?
Is, it's called the land of the free, but nothing is free.
Let's have a look and see if it's up there. Johnstein, what else have the nation been talking about?
The Tory party conference.
Oh, you people and your Tory party conference. Who are they for? Who are political conferences for? It's the only people interested in this are on the stage or in the audience, frantically clapping. Imagine if you said something at a political party conference and it didn't get a round of applause. You would be so... Like, you can say a burrito in the middle of the day is quite heavy, and everyone's like, ah, true!
But even with that, like, it's gentle applause, isn't it? It's not like mad, because the papers have been saying, oh, it's Cameron, it wasn't an amazing reception. And you think, well, it was a Tory party conference. They're not renowned for people getting their tits out and, like, spraying beer everywhere. At best, it's going to be Tories going, yes, I think that's probably a bloody good idea.
Can we have a little look at the Tories in action? This is David Cameron giving his speech.
In his speech last week, Ed Miliband promised that he would never be photographed with his shirt off in public. And Ed, after hearing that speech, here's the deal. You keep your shirt on, I'll keep the lights on.
What's he saying, though? He's saying to Ed Miliband, you keep your shirt on and I'll turn the lights...
On.
I'll turn the lights on. So, is he saying he wants to see him naked or not? It's a really mixed message, is what I'm saying.
Ed Miliband had said there was shots of him on
the
holiday,
beach, yeah.
and he said, yeah, you won't ever see me with my shirt off, you know, trying to promote myself as some kind of relaxed individual. And he's saying, yeah.
Let's have a look at Cameron topless.
You notice he's not looking directly at Jack there. That's Jack standing with his hands on his hips on the beach. The other thing they kept saying again and again, hard-working people. For hard-working people. Well, you know, how about a party for people who can't be arsed? You know? like most of the rest of us. Because most of us don't actually want to have to work very hard. That's the whole point. I mean, and there are an awful lot of us out there. You think about it, there must be loads of people who aren't hard-working. Loads of people, oh, God. But the bloke who operates Tower Bridge, that goes up and down once a week or something, doesn't it? He's sitting there, picks up the phone, what? Oh, I did that again? Oh, OK, there you go.
Have they won you over this week, Steve?
I will say that Cameron is a wily minx. He was interviewed and asked how much a loaf of bread is. And he said, actually, I wouldn't know, I make my own. And then they said to him, how much is a pint of milk? And he said, don't need it, Sam's pregnant again.
What was that knocking sound on him?
No, that was the suction cup. That's it.
Oh, I see. I thought she was like Pinocchio.
Have you never milked a woman before, John?
I think, Steve, if I'm not very much mistaken, two guys have taken advantage of you. Why do we have to have the lights off?
Good answer, I thought, because politicians every year, some politician will get caught up with, oh, how much is a flump? How much is a bag of flumps these days? And obviously none of them can say, I'm running the country, someone gets my milk, all right? I've got shit to do, I don't buy milk.
The person that wasn't flummoxed by that question was, of course, Boris Johnson. Take a look at this.
You're the man who wants to reduce the top rate of tax to 40p in the pound, don't you?
Yeah, I'm also the man who cut council tax year after year in London, and which helps every household.
Do you even know the
cost
of a pint of milk?
And about 80p or something like that.
No, it's about 40-something-p.
Yeah, okay, big. I mean, one of those biggish ones.
This is a classic Boris, isn't it? You're going to change now the sort of milk. I said a pint of milk.
All right, a pint of milk. Okay, about 40. Well, there you go. I don't know how much a pint of milk costs. No, so what?
Well, don't you think you should if you're concerned about the cost of living?
How much is a loaf of bread?
I'm not standing for election. You are.
The thing I like about that is the next time he's being interviewed and that comes up, they go, how much is a pint of milk? He's going to go, oh, shit, I knew I meant to remember.
You've been to a Tory party conference, haven't you, Jamelia?
Yeah. Honestly, it was the most boring thing ever. Every single, they had all these, meetings in different rooms, and I was like, I don't care what you've got to say. It was so boring. And then that man from Queen with the hair, you know, what's his name?
Brian May.
Anyway. Brian May.
Yeah.
I swear, he came up to me and he was like, look, Jamelia, I would love you to support my cause. He wanted me to save some badgers. I was like, I swear.
Let's see if the Tory party conference is up there. Yes, the Tory party conference. The conference started with a short film about Margaret Thatcher, which got a standing ovation. To be fair, it has got a brilliant ending. OK, fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get. What else has the nation been talking about?
Is it the case that the Jackson family have tried to sue the promoter?
AEG, yes, the promoters of the concert.
Hired Conrad Murray, and they lost.
So the Jackson family tried to sue AEG for $1.6 billion in damages.
And I was really pleased when this story came up, because I always think, Michael Jackson, it's the death that keeps on giving. With comics, for comics, it's just great, because you can just come up, as soon as any story with him, you go, brilliant, we can do all the Jackson jokes again. Hey, get them out. I think comedians should actually build a statue, a monument to him, just to say thanks.
Can I just clarify? Are they suing the production company, whatever it's called, for murder?
No, they were suing the production company because they hired the doctor that administered the drugs that killed Michael Jackson.
Kind of murder.
The best story is...
Not kind of murder, no. Remember what I just said? It was that, not murder.
Sort of murder. They call it quite murder.
What happened was that the production company provided Michael Jackson with a doctor, who then provided Michael Jackson with a huge array of... I mean, they found, something like 78 different types of drugs in his bedroom when he was dead, when they looked, and the most worrying of them was Calpol. And...
or his own personal favourite, Rehipsylix. A lot of them were sedatives and relaxants. I'm surprised he wasn't carried around in liquid form. In a tank, like, just sloshing around. He gets Michael ready for his next rehearsal. We just pour him out onto the stage.
Well, the sad thing is, a lot of people did
kind of know... He just keeps giving! Thanks, Michael.
Not easy being Michael Jackson's doctor, though, because, you know, you ring out and go, ow, 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 what's the matter, Michael? I'm rehearsing, I'm fine.
Oh, come on.
Say thank you to Michael for that.
Yeah, thank you, Michael, thank you.
Thankfully, thankfully not for the Jackson family, but they lost, didn't they, to AEG?
Yeah.
They lost their case. And I was thinking, what would AEG have done if the Jackson family had won? They owed them £1.6 billion. The only way they could make that money back, I think, is by digging up Jacko's corpse and doing, like, a Weekend at Bernie's thing. Like a...
We've got the operator right here, if you want to give it...
But that's what I thought when I heard the case, because when you hear these cases, you think, oh, 1.6 billion, you think, well, they won't bring him back, will it? And I thought, that almost could. That's almost enough money to reanimate Michael Jackson, I think. You get the right people involved, $1.6 billion. You could have a bloody good go with that.
He was on so many sedatives, it's possible that he's not even dead. He's just... They'll open it up and he'll... Let's go.
You think Michael Jackson might just need to sleep it off? Someone should go and check on him. It's not a bad thought.
They got rid of his statue, didn't they, up at Fulham. Alfie had invited him to a football match, and he went to see Fulham versus Wigan. I like the idea that Alfie rang him up and said, yeah, is that Michael? Yeah, who's that? It's Alfie. And he says, do you want to go for a football match? Well, who's playing? Wigan. Yeah.
Because new owners bought Fulham. They took the statue down, and it's a bit like, you know, when you move into a new house and you think, well, the first thing is going to avocado bathroom. We're going to get rid of that pebble dashing, and the statue of the paedophile out the front. That's Thanks, Michael.
What are we doing? What are we doing looking up? Yes, thanks, Michael. Well, I can tell you that's not one of the most talked about things this week, but promoters of Michael Jackson's ill-fated tour have been found not guilty in a lawsuit brought by the Jackson family. The Jackson family claim that AEG had ignored signs that Michael was in poor health. Little telltale signs, like when his face fell off. Fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get.
It must be the return of the X Factor, which is why Kurt Cobain killed himself. But it's different now because there's chairs.
The chairs are good, aren't they?
Oh, I love a chair, mate. Don't like the singing or any of the people involved, but those chairs, I was gripped. Is someone going to sit on it? Oh, they're sitting on it! Oh, what
it's added a new level of cruelty.
It's horrendous.
I think they should have chairs and nooses. So you have to stand on a chair with a noose around your neck, and then Dermot O'Leary just comes and kicks it away from you.
So, John, just explain to us what happens with the chairs, just in case anyone hasn't seen it.
So what happened? There's the people who've all been voted through.
So what we do now is we've got down to the list where there's a shy gay one and there's the girl who egged off her mates who clearly wanted to be famous and was never her mates anyway, a thin man and a fat one. There's the Irish one as well, and the novelty shit one. They're all there. It's like musical chairs. There's 7 of them, but there's only 6 chairs. So instead of taking them back and breaking their hearts, they put them on chairs and they break their hearts live on camera.
Pretty awesome. But you mentioned there the novelty one. There isn't a novelty one this year. They're all brilliant. Take a look at this.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, don't you know that I got it? All I'm asking is for a little respect when you come home. Hey, baby, when you come home.
Quality there.
I like that. That was good.
That guy is...
Did he get through?
I think he's great.
Did he get through?
Did he get through?
No, he didn't get through because he yodeled.
That is someone who's got mates who said, yeah, I think you should yodel right in the middle of it.
Now, you presented, Steve, the American version of X Factor. Were they crazier than ours? Were they saner?
I've never actually seen ours. Not once.
You've never seen the British version?
Well, no, I went over there and I thought I'll just do my own thing. And then at the end of the season, they were like, no. No.
Well, good on you.
And I mean, Dermot's a fantastic presenter, but he does what he does. I didn't want to look at what he does and go over to the States and do that. I thought, well, I'll go in there.
I think you should have, because a lot of people, Steve, me included, find you very attractive. And the thing Dermot's done...
Yeah.
The thing Dermot's done this time, and it's been on all the papers, is he's had a bit of a bulge. That's been the talking point this year.
Where?
Well... In the papers, they said the viewing figures have gone up by 900,000 because of Dermot's bulge.
Shut up. I want to see this.
Well, have a look.
That's his mobile.
It's a phone?
Yeah, that is a phone.
But if you look carefully, he's charging the phone with his penis. It's a bit weird, it's behind my head like that. Feels a bit disconcerting.
Steve, when you found out you weren't doing any more of it, how did you find out? Who told you?
I was on my way to Runyon Canyon to go for a run. And they rang, and I was in my car, said, they're not picking up for season 2. And I was like, cool, I'm just going to go on my run. So I did. And that was that.
And off the cliff you went.
Now, you've been on X Factor Ukraine.
Oh, please don't show me. Listen, certain shows, you have to understand, right? Honest to God, they gave me shitloads of money, so that's why I was there. I'm not gonna lie, and just don't show anything.
I'm not going to show. I think if you're willing to do things you don't want to do for shitloads of money, I think you're the girl for me. I would show it, but I don't have the clip.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Let's have a look and see if X Factor is up there. Yes, a new series of X Factor is underway. Dermot O'Leary says millions of extra viewers have tuned in order to see his trouser bulge. Oh, Dermot, put a sock in it. Oh, wait, hang on, you have. At the end of that round, Sean, Jack and Jamelia have 2 points. John, Steve and David have 3 points. So our next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Jack and Jamelia, pick a question.
The puppy.
You're going to go for the puppy, OK.
Yeah.
Most people find spending time with animals relaxing. True or false? What do you think?
Depends how much gravy there is.
Animals are not relaxing at all. I find them very stressful. I've got a little dog, which actually, thanks for that. The last time I was on the show, I spoke about my dog, and everyone thought that I meant that I killed my previous dog. I didn't kill my previous dog. I just gave him away.
Well, now you sound like a lovely person.
No, then I got another dog, a smaller one, who does smaller poos, and that was my main issue.
Who did you give the big dog to?
I gave him to the police. Do you know what? At least I was an honest dog owner, and I didn't, you know, ill-treat it. The RSPCA didn't have to come round to my house and say, you know, you're terrible, you are. I was honest, and I said, I can't cope. You know, you can't do that with children, but, you know, you can do it with dogs.
Jack, do you find animals relaxing?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Have you got any pets?
I have pets, yeah.
What have you got?
I've got 2 dogs, 2 Dachshunds. Find them relaxing to be around.
That's not a dog.
Yeah, don't
That's
you...
not a dog.
Don't you diss the Dachshund.
That's not a dog.
It is, it's like a sawn-off Doberman.
Yeah. I had a very relaxing summer with animals because I was paid by the government to shoot badgers. Very relaxing. Knowing every time I pulled that trigger, there was another 100 quid in the bank.
I've got these... Oh, I need to know how to kill moles. There's loads of moles. No, they keep coming
They call
up
me the
in my...
go-to guy. This is what you do. You don't need to kill them. You need to get them to visit somewhere else. What you do is put books in your neighbour's garden. And they come up and go, ooh, a lovely book. Yeah. They put their little glasses on. They'll read there.
Apparently, there's a time of year when badgers mate, and if you are walking through a badgery part of the woods, you're advised to carry a stick, because if the badger grabs your leg, it won't release till it hears the crack of bone. So you have to get the stick and break it over your knee. And the badger hears that and goes, ha-ha, and runs off. But how could you possibly not be holding a stick and not go, fuck off, badger?
Steve, you've got a dog, right?
I have 2 dogs, yes. Very relaxing beasts.
Do you like them?
I love them, yeah. I mean, I wish they'd grow like opposable thumbs, so, you know, I get a bit tense back here, or maybe like a candle if I'm in the bath.
I feel like you spend a lot of time tickling their tummies and getting them relaxed, and then they don't...
Exactly. I'm cleaning up all their shit, and I'm not getting much from it.
Well, I've got a picture of your dog.
Have you?
So, yeah, because your Twitter feed...
Oh, hey, that's my boy.
He is adorable. And you would think, if I had a dog like that, oh, my God, you'd love him. He's so adorable. Steve, not a good owner. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
You meant to wash him in the sink.
Yeah.
Don't try that at home.
I didn't switch it on.
Is that the day you found out about the X Factor job?
So the question is, most people find spending time with animals relaxing. Let's put it to the test. John, I've got a little treat for you. Let's bring on a little puppy. There he is. Oh. She's a little Mastiff. That's just a puppy. I think she's only 12 weeks old. Oh, the size of those paws.
That's just their tastiest, isn't it?
Have a little stroke. What? Is that not the most adorable creature?
Oh, my God. Green eyes.
Huh?
Green eyes.
Green eyes. It's the one from Turner and Hooch. It's exciting.
Amazing.
You can all leave now whenever you want. I'll just...
So, John, I can already see you look elated and relaxed. John, do you want to take her for a little walk?
No, because she doesn't like John.
Yeah, there you go. Oh. Bring her around the front, take her for a little walk, because she's the most adorable creature.
That's Steve.
Hello.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, everyone likes Steve.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hello. How are you?
Didn't think you'd let dogs on a show with cats in the title, but fair play to you.
Go on, sit him down.
So cute.
Pretty adorable, right? Oh. Look at that happy little creature. Sean, you look grumpy.
I don't get it. Do not understand. But the reason I mean, I don't understand how people have animals in their homes. I don't understand that. We built homes to keep animals out. What's he done?
Genuinely never seen John look happier. Look at his little face. It's almost cuter than the dog. John, we're going to have to say goodbye to the puppy. You're going to have to hand... No, we're not going to do a Jamelia.
I have a feeling this is the calm before some desperate storm now. Meet the only great white shark currently living on land in Britain.
See, we've got brilliant handlers in today for all the animals. I say all the animals.
Oh, God.
No, because we got you a puppy, so we thought it'd be only fair, Sean, to get you an animal.
Oh, no.
I think you'll like it. I genuinely think you'll like it.
Oh, no, not me.
Surely you're not...
No, I don't want it.
Well, all right, bring him over here. Are you not... Are you genuinely...
I don't want to know.
Just stick him on my neck, it's fine. Are you genuinely not keen on snakes? No. Is that not your thing? Sure, it won't bite me.
Is that python?
It's a boa constrictor.
Do you know it won't?
Huh?
Go on, boa.
Really?
Oh, look how it
It's amazing.
It likes you, Jimmy, because you're
It's going around your
cold-blooded
neck.
as well.
Oh, feels like some of my shoes.
Oh, hang on. Oh, round the neck, actually, you can really feel how they do their thing. Well, let's see how close he gets. Maybe. It's fine, I'm not too worried. Oh, hang on. Oh, you little flirt. Nice. Oh, it's nice to hold something that thick and powerful.
Don't look at me.
You don't want me to look at you when I'm touching it?
No.
Would you like to have a go?
My main question is, if it kills you, will this be one of the stories on the show next week?
Pretty calm and relaxed with that. I sort of think he's amazing. I love him. Oh, my God. He gave me a look there that suggested that was not mutual.
Okay.
OK, John Steen, how do you feel about spiders?
I would rather be in a different country.
Yeah. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. Bring on the spider.
Really?
Really? It's a tiny little spider. Are you kidding me? It's just a spider.
It's just a massive spider.
Why are they being so weird about spiders? OK, just hold your hand very still. Hold it out.
Here you go.
Oh, I'm going to do this.
Take a seat. Well, go on. You jump.
This is brilliant, Steve. You are taking a hit for the team here.
A hit of pure poison.
Just hold your hand completely still.
No, Jimmy, I'm gonna do something terrible to you.
You're being incredibly brave and handsome, Steve. Wow. OK, we can say goodbye to the spider. Thank you so much. We've got expert handlers in with us today. That was incredible to see. You guys just you bolted when that came on.
Would you have held the spider?
The only thing I want to see with 8 legs in my house is a KFC bucket. You didn't like the snake, you loved the puppy, didn't like the spider. Let's bring in a tiger. Can we bring on a baby tiger? Let's bring on a tiger.
Fuck me.
So we've got a lovely tiger. Sometimes if a tiger's being a little bit active...
That's an actual tiger.
That's an actual tiger.
Oh
there you go.
God.
Hang on.
Wow.
John, Sean, would you like to come over and have a stroke?
No.
I want.
You sure, John?
I'm pretty close to having a stroke from over here, to be honest.
I mean, that is a massive tiger. Just see if you find this relaxing. That is a tiger cub. So he's about 14 weeks old, and when they get to, 4 months, you can no longer do this.
Not that nice.
Just about a month. We're hoping for a month he'll still be like this.
You have a month like this.
It's amazing.
Oh, he loves his bottle, doesn't he? Yes, he does. So our handlers are incredibly well-trained and experienced, and I think they're going to lay down their own lives when he finishes this milk so that I'm not harmed.
Take the bottle out, see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you put your head there and I'll do that.
I like that someone somewhere has just switched on this show for the first time and gone, 8 out of 10 cats. It is about cats.
Come on, Tiger, go for a little walk. Well, thanks very much to all the animals and handlers. Give them a round of applause. OK, let's get some answers. So, most people find spending time with animals relaxing. True or false? What are you going to go for?
I think me and you would say false, but I think most people are going to say true.
Yeah.
So, what are you going, Sean? You're going
True.
true? OK, John, what would you say?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I feel relaxed.
Yeah?
I'll leave it in your hands.
True.
Well, I can tell you the answer is true. 72% of people do find spending time with animals relaxing. I like spending time with my favourite animal in my basement. It's a sort of centipede. I made it myself. It was a lot of work, and it's a bit messy, makes a hell of a noise, but it was worth it. John, Steve, David, pick a question.
Who's the guy in the hat?
What? Walter White.
Walter White. Is he in Cluedo?
He's in Breaking Bad. Walter White off of Breaking Bad. So, this week, thousands complained about having the series finale of Breaking Bad ruined by spoilers. So we asked our studio audience, would you be angry with someone if they accidentally spoiled the end of your favourite TV show? Yes or no?
I watched the first season, and then I binned it off after that. I thought it was crap.
It's a very good show. It's a brilliantly written show.
Well, according to IMDb, Breaking Bad is the second best show ever, according to audience ratings, and that's after David Attenborough's Planet Earth.
Well, they've obviously never seen Why Don't You?
Has anyone ever spoiled a TV show for you? Like something that you were into?
Yeah, they've just made them.
Some programmes, though, you know, if you know at the end of Grand Designs they're going to be living in an office in a field. Drinking wine out of glasses this size, going, everything's turned out brilliant.
Porn films always end the same, don't they?
Porn films do always end the same.
They do. They always end the same with self-loathing.
A frantic grasp for tissues.
Like, oh, God, I suppose I'd better get on and cook the Christmas lunch. I emerged from behind the Christmas tree in my new slippers.
It wouldn't ruin this show if someone said, and by the way, John's team... Oh, well, there's no point in watching it now.
I know how this show's going to end. This show will end with a horrible noise, and then you'll go, that noise tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show.
Don't ruin it. They don't know that.
To all our studio audience and to you at home for joining in. If you want more, tune in to 8 out of 10 Cats Uncut. Good night.
Right, let's get some answers on this. So, what do you think? Would people be angry if someone accidentally spoiled the end of their favourite TV show? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You guys, you in agreement?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you the answer is 84% of people would be angry with someone if they accidentally spoiled the end of their TV show. You're absolutely right. And the winner is the name of our final round. And here's your question. Top thing men worry about.
The main thing I worry about as a man is the assumption that I know more about wine than anyone else at the table. Or a little bit, always in my glass. I don't know.
Because you're the only one at the table.
There is that.
Steve, you worry about anything?
Sometimes giving directions. I want to come across as if I'm very manly, and I want to know that you know that. So I'm like, oh, I need to incorporate, like, manly destinations. Oh, just go past the Red Lion, then go past the sex shop, then, like, the engine yards where I buy my engines, and you're pretty much there.
Go to the beach, that way. David, what do you worry about?
Keeping things charged, mostly. Especially the new operating system on my phone has got, like, the percentage. So you're like, 76%. Oh! Quick, shut down things. Don't touch it. Leave it. We'll get an extra 20 minutes out of this tomorrow.
What do you think men worry about, Jamelia?
I genuinely can only think of one thing, and I don't want to say it because I just think my nan might be watching.
Well, go on, just say it. It's fine. It's late night.
No,
She's not watching this.
Just...
Whisper it to me. Whisper it to me and I'll say it.
I can't even say it. Honestly, I can't even say it.
Write it down. Write it down. Write it down.
Or just draw a picture of one. Go on, what do you think, Jamelia?
It's a 9-letter word. Premature ejaculation. Ooh, you saucy cow.
That's the only thing I can think about. Or finding out the football scores too early. So one or the other.
It's all about being early with you, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
Penises are just a pain in the arse. They're bit... When they're up and about, they're an inconvenience. And when they're not, they're always there, aren't they? It's better to have a thing that's in, I think.
Are you saying you'd rather have a vagina because it'd be tidier? That's insane. That's the most insane thing you've ever said. You like things to be tidy, but you're basically saying, oh, I'd like to be castrated, because then it'd be neater. Jack, do you ever find yourself worrying?
I worry about stuff that I've done in the past, and what if it had done, you know, like, oh, when I was on that rowboat on holiday, what if someone had come out in a motorboat and shot me? And then the next night, something else comes. What if that on the aeroplane there'd been a hijack? What would I have done?
Just say hello back.
Yeah. Oh, hijack. That's that sorted.
OK, top thing men worry about.
I think I've got it.
Go on, what do you think?
Is it the size, their size?
Of their...
Of their...
No, but it is size.
No.
Getting fat.
That's the right answer. Yes, men's biggest worries are putting on weight and going grey. Either way, the solution is the same. Diet. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Jack and Jamelia have 4 points. John, Steve and David are the winners with 7 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
On 8 out of 10 Cats, the one and only Alex Jones. As easy as D.O.D., it's David O'Doherty and their team captain, John Richardson. And facing them tonight, all wrapped up, it's Tintry Strider. That's the way to do it. It's Catherine Ryan and their team captain, John Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
And welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Uncut, a show all about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 1.5 million Britons would like to be buried with their mobile phone? And if you answer it when you're sitting behind me in the cinema, you will be. 1 in 20 people have held a party for their cat's birthday. Even the cat's thinking, this is a bit tragic. And 22% of nightclub hookups are one-night stands. Yeah, who would have thought the guy you tugged off in a toilet cubicle 2 minutes after meeting him in Hollywood's nightclub Romford wouldn't turn out to be the love of your life? But if you are watching, Darren, call me. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It was Halloween this week, so tonight our panellists' job is to guess the top 3 things people are scared of. John's team. What do you think scares people?
My attempts at being intimate.
Oh, don't put yourself down.
I'm not going to put myself down, but I'm just going to tranquilise myself.
Your attempts at being intimate?
Well, if I'm sexy with people, they find it frightening.
Why?
Could you just give me a demo and I'll tell you whether I think it's frightening? Give us a little demo. Yeah, Alex is right there. Give her a demo.
I don't mind. Go on.
It's the tongue, innit? It's the tongue. I've got too powerful a tongue. I was born with it. What am I going to do? But I don't think it is me. What are you scared of? I'm not
Well, see, I say this with trepidation.
What are you scared of?
Ghosts.
You're scared of ghosts? Because last time you were on the show, you spoke about ghosts, because you've seen a ghost.
Yes.
Have you seen anything since you were last on the show?
No, but I have seen 3. So don't play it down. I mean, there's 3.
You've seen... Yes, you think you've seen 3?
I don't want to be one of these people who sees ghosts.
No, and there's medication you can take to stop it. But if you forget to take it, you will see them. That's...
Yeah.
Has anyone else seen ghosts? Have you seen it? You believe in the paranormal?
I haven't seen ghosts, but I'm kind of scared of ghosts. Yeah, because I'm just scared.
Well, you are little.
But no, I got something about when I was younger. You know what? Let me cut the story short. I'm just scared.
I think there's a happy medium between a really long story that goes on too long. I mean, really, that's just a bullet point there, I feel, too. Give us a bit more. When you were young...
That's it, there's no story, I'm just scared of ghosts. Yeah. Like, actually, not every ghost. Casper was all right.
Yeah, Casper was a friendly ghost. Yeah. Are you scared of ghosts, Catherine?
Absolutely not. And I promise you, ghosts are more afraid of you than you are of them.
They're more scared of you than you are of them. I think that's spiders, isn't it?
Oh, spider ghosts, spider ghosts, spider ghosts.
Yeah.
Do you know, Naomi Watts said that the ghost of Princess Diana visited her and gave her permission to make the film Diana. But I feel like if Diana came back, she'd be straight into Kate Middleton, like, fill your knickers with jewels and run.
She should have that on a crest. Sean, were you scared of ghosts? You seem like a very level-headed man, but...
No, I'm not. Well, what's the point? But no, obviously there's no such thing as ghosts.
Whoa.
I tempt all the ghosts, all the demons, all the spirits, all the dark forces of the underworld. I tempt you now. Do your worst. Visit on me the 7 circles of hell. Visit me with your...
Do you mind doing this when we're not here?
Tunchi is scared. He's been through this.
I think it's a bit much asking for a ghost, Sean, to appear on a TV show. There's certain scenarios in which you tend not to get a lot of ghosts. You know, you don't tend to get ghosts, say, in Argos. You never heard, the blue pens were all just flying. A number came up and I went to get the electric blanket and it wasn't ready yet.
I hope there are ghosts.
There are.
Well, all right then.
Good news for you, Jimmy.
I would like to come back as a ghost.
No, you wouldn't.
You and I are having troubles.
You would be.
He'd be the most mundane ghost ever. Well, that surface could get slippy. Better dry it.
No, you'd be a friendly cardigan wearing.
I was going to be, but I think I know someone who's getting haunted.
Well, I can tell you, ghosts are not one of the scariest things. But if you see a ghost, there are 3 things you must do immediately. Number 1, put down that drink. 2, turn the lights on. And 3, stop making things up. What?
No!
Wow. A little bit. OK, other scary things. Sean's team, what scares you?
Oh, Primark on a Saturday. And the biting and the blood. If you ever want to know what it's like to just have a true nightmare, drink a 2-liter bottle of Coke, just stand in the middle of a Primark. Your heart will be racing, and you'll never be afraid of ghosts again. It'll toughen you up.
Don't go there, Tunchi. Don't go,
I don't think so.
They'll take you to the place where they take all the children that have lost their parents. You'll be waiting there for ages. So it's not Primark on a Saturday morning. What else do you think?
People are scared of horror films. People go and see horror films deliberately to get scared.
Yeah, well, I like horror film. Do you like horror film?
Not particularly, no. I can see there's one good reason for horror films is it's an opportunity for intimacy between sort of teenagers, you know, and it's ideal because, you know, if you take someone to see Saw 2, anything you do to them afterwards seems like a treat. That's one reason for it.
Tunchi, do you watch horror films?
Not really, you know. No, I don't watch.
Not your thing?
Nah, not my thing. I guess you can work out why I don't watch it.
Why don't... No, I'll ask. Why don't you watch horror films?
I'm scared. Simple as that, really. I don't really watch horror films. If it's on and I'm with people that are watching it, I'll watch it. But, like, I don't want to be scared for.
I sometimes admire the plumbing. You know, they turn on the taps and blood comes out. You go, that's pretty good, isn't it? Or a shower and all blood comes out of the shower, or they've got a blood jacuzzi. Yeah, I think that's quite a lot of plumbing's gone in there. There's a plumber's gone in there.
Do you watch horror films? John?
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh, I love it.
No, you don't.
Oh, I love it. It's nice to be scared because then when it ends, that's the thing. You're scared and then it ends. You think, oh, well, at least my balls aren't getting electrified.
That's not a horror film.
But if 8 out of 10 Cats was a horror film, I would be the one stumbling through the woods crying. Running away. I've worked out what it would be. Sean would be that you'd be the one I was running away from. I would find your house, think you were the nice guy, but then you turn out to be worse than him.
I I can't believe he's totally figured this out.
And I was chasing you to warn you about Jimmy. That's the reason I was going, Dan! Dan!
OK, Alex, you watch horror films?
No, because two have put me off.
Which two?
The first one would be Candyman.
Candyman's
Yeah,
amazing.
see. But the other one, when I was really, really young, I watched this film about these kids. They were out on a boat on a lake, and then one by one they'd disappear, and you wouldn't see them. And the song was, dance, dance, wherever you're, na, 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 na. Can't listen to that anymore.
The Harvest Festival's tough for you, isn't it?
Sure it wasn't just Riverdance? They were just disappearing off the side of the stage.
But it was horrible.
So they're on a boat and then they, what, fall off?
Well, I don't know. They just disappear. I mean, I was about 8.
Yeah, Jaws is...
It wasn't Jaws, because there was no bloody shark.
If it's a lake, it's a coarse water version of Jaws. Trout.
OK, let's have a look and see if it's up there. Yes, horror movies. I often watch horror films hiding behind the sofa, so my neighbours don't know I'm there. OK, fingers on buzzers, 2 more things still to get. What do you think?
People are scared of going to the dentist, aren't they? I know you're not, but some people are.
I was wondering about your teeth. Do you have are these for best, those teeth? Do you have a set for just wearing at home?
Yeah, these are for special, these are for best.
There's your best teeth.
Do you know, I'm upset, Mr. Carr, because Cheryl Cole was voted best smile in this country. And I feel like you deserved that.
I don't know if she's got the best smile. I think Ryland has got the best smile. Yeah, take a look at Ryland.
Is that real?
Yeah, Armitage Shanks did his. That's incredible. That's...
Is that genuine? That's his teeth?
Those are his teeth, yeah. OK, so, Catherine, you recently tweeted that you were quoted £6,000 to straighten your teeth. Let's have a look at the tweet. I can't see what they would have done. They're fine.
Well, if I had £6,000, I'd sort out my willy finger syndrome, because...
Oh, yeah, you have got a touch of the willy fingers there, haven't you?
Each one of my fingers looks like a small penis.
Not that small.
I had to get a brace the year before last I got punched in the face in a Chinese takeaway. Yeah. There was a drunk man in, and he was being racist to the man behind the counter, and so that does not happen when the D-man's around.
Sure, the enforcer.
I told him to shut up, and so he swung, but he was so drunk, he went that way and fell over that way, and so I stepped back, and then he went that way, and he fell that way, and, like, this could have gone on for hours. But the man behind the counter, the victim, just looked up, had missed what had gone on before, and just saw 2 pricks fighting, and he jumped over the counter and punched me in the face. It knocked that tooth back a 1/4 inch.
That's a good dental story, but not the best dental story. This is the best dental story. Last year, a dentist in Poland was treating her ex-boyfriend for toothache after he dumped her. She knocked him unconscious, knocked him out with the drugs, and then she removed all 32 of his teeth.
Whoa.
I imagine he said... Tinchy, are you scared of the dentist?
No, I'm not. That's one thing I'm not scared of.
Yay! We found it! OK, let's see if going to the dentist is in our top 3. Yes, going to the dentist. When I was a kid, I was scared of the dentist. He was a paedophile. Fingers on buzzers?
Flying. People are scared of flying, aren't they? Because you might die. What amazes me about people who are scared of flying, they always go, oh, yeah, but the odds of dying in a plane crash are like 1,000,000 to 1. You go, yeah, I'm scared of being the one. And it looks... If you're going to die in a plane, I'd rather die... You know, they made it look in the 70s. Like, people used to turn up at the airport, like, 5 minutes before the flight with a martini and, like, get on smoking a fag and shit on the floor. It looks amazing. Yeah, start the bloody plane. Do you want a martini, pilot? Yeah, I'll have a bloody martini. I'll see you in Jamaica.
OK, a recent report revealed that 1 in 6 pilots have flown planes in which both pilots fell asleep at the same time.
You know there's a problem when you're hoping to get hijacked just so someone is awake in the cockpit.
You need to be awake for the whole of the thing.
No.
I feel that way about motorways. Like, if it's the M1, that's really straight. You've got cruise control, and there's the little buzzer that comes on if you're too close to the car in front. Just have a nap.
I kind of disagree.
Well, it's a real different perspective. Thank you. Alex, what do you like on a plane? How do you pass the time on a plane?
I'm quite good because my boyfriend, he's Kiwi.
I thought you were in there too. I felt the vibes. I thought if anything...
Go on, Alex, go on.
You do remind me a bit of him.
Well, I'm not alone in thinking, Alex, you could do better.
So he's a Kiwi, so we've got to go quite a long way on a plane quite often. So what I do, I book an airline that has Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And then I tell myself, you will not get off this plane until you get $1 million. Which takes me quite a while.
I would imagine,
so
yeah.
That keeps me occupied for the entire flight.
I feel that I would be scared of flying if I thought for a moment about how, in the name of Jesus, planes stay up there. But instead, I put it on the long list of modern things that I have no idea how they work. Phones, computers, wheelbarrows, like... Shazam! Like, take, you know the thing on your phone that can identify a lot of songs? How does that possibly... Like, people say algorithms, but yeah, what is it? It needs to be a thing. It needs to be like a wizard in a cave, the Lemon and the Virgin, or something like that, you know?
Well, I can tell you, flying is not up there, but it's very important to listen to the safety announcement, because otherwise you won't know where your whistle is when you hit the Pyrenees at 700 miles an hour. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing still to get.
Death.
Death.
People are generally scared of dying, aren't they?
Are you scared of dying, Sean?
Well, I'm getting older, so it's become more of a, pressing concern.
How would you like to go?
Muffled by flesh.
I'd like to be cremated and then made into pencils. When I'm dead.
Is there lead in you?
Stick around, baby, you might just find out.
Carbon, isn't it? Carbon for pencils. Graphite,
Well,
that could be a carbon
lead,
pencil. I think it'd be a good way of teaching kids to be more careful with their writing. If, say, their pencils were made out of, like, dead relatives. If they made a mistake and had to rub it out, you're rubbing a loved one off the face of the earth forever. Yeah. Whereas if you don't make a spelling mistake, then you've turned Grandad into a lovely poem.
You really understand the mind of a child, don't you?
I think the thing about death, I mean, it's a scary thing for lots of people, but I think the idea of your own mortality can make you kind of do things in life. So take a look at this.
Okay, so there's a truck getting towed, and it looks like it's coming at us, and my wife's asleep. So we're gonna see if we can scare her. Babe, wake up, there's a truck
That is good.
Tinchy, if you had to die, how would you like to die? Have you got any ideas?
If I had to die, I don't know, maybe on a plane.
On a plane? It's very few people's first choice. It's interesting.
On a plane, like when you're going down, I feel like you're just like, I don't know, it's like a roller coaster ride.
I suppose right until the impact, it's pretty good.
I've had a near-death experience on a plane.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's flying to America, and they had a problem with one of the engines, and people started getting very nervous and edgy, and then the other engine packed up, and the plane was plummeting towards the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and there was just panic, pandemonium on the plane. And I remember, for some reason, it was quite interesting, because I realised I wasn't actually that, but I was quite calm, I was quite composed. I was a bit pissed off to turn the film off. And there was a little old lady sitting next to me, and she was in a terrible state, and I felt responsible, and I was very calm. She was just, and I took her hand, and I brought it down onto the armrest, and I just looked in the eye, and I said, "Fuck you, old lady! We're gonna die!"
Let's see if death is up there. Of course it is. The most frightening thing. Yes, the top thing people are scared of is death. Personally, I'd like to die as I lived, charging each funeral goer £25 plus booking fee. So at the end of that round, John's team have 1 point, Sean's team have 2 points. Our next round is Pick of the Poll. Sean, Catherine, Tinchy, pick a question.
Well, I have a picture of Tinchy.
OK, you've chosen Tinchy. Here's a clip made by an American preacher to illustrate your question.
Well, I wrote this song for the Christian youth. I want to teach kids the Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you gotta do a rap to a hip-hop beat. He's a life changer, miracle arranger, born to the virgin mom in a manger. Water to wine, he's a drink exchanger, and he died for your sins. Now I'ma pass the mic to my lovely wife. She's a fly MC and the light of my life. So to bust a rhyme without further ado, take it away, Mary Sue.
If another MC says you're a freak, you're a lame butt rapper and your rhymes are weak, I don't get mad and I don't critique. I forgive him and turn the other cheek.
If you hate drugs and you think you're cool, you need to come to Sunday school. Put those drugs in a garbage can. Stand up tall, you're a Christian man. Word up. I'm freestyle.
Hit me.
Tinchy, what do you make of that?
It was alright. It was trying. I like how they was putting some words together, but they just had the rhythm wasn't there. Like, it's like, you know, loosen up a bit, man. Have fun with it. I like the bit about turn the cheek.
Yeah, that was the sexiest bit, I felt. Right, so here's your related question. Most people think rapping is harder than singing. True or false?
I rap, so I'll say singing is harder because I can't sing, and I think rapping is easy. Have you ever tried rapping?
I've never tried rapping because it would be the worst thing in the world.
I think you should try as in now.
I would say that is about as likely as me getting my balls out. Go on, teach Catherine how to rap. Catherine, can you...
I could rap you a love song.
All right, lyrics. First of all, let's make it simple. If you say like 1 line, that's a bar.
Yeah.
2 lines, so to make it easy, let's do 4 bars for you.
Okay.
And you say you want to talk about love.
Yeah, I want to talk about you and me.
Oh, you're in love?
Yeah.
Now tell me how deep you're in love.
Okay, like, I'll talk about me. How about
Try and rhyme it as well, that might help.
I'm the big white girl from Canada, chilling with Tinchy, yeah, that's the star of the hood. Maybe this is where our love begins.
Oh.
After the show, you take me back round the beans. Yeah, you don't gotta do a lot of being drama. Just say the word, I'll be your baby mama.
Oh, wow.
Easy.
John, do you sing? I've never heard you sing.
No, but you've never seen me do a lot of things I do. I sing, mostly musicals.
Oh, I like musicals too.
Yeah.
Which one?
Phantom.
Lovely.
Love a bit of Phantom. Cats, obviously. Ironically, I don't like cats.
David, you do a fair bit of singing.
Yeah, I do. I think when I try to sing, it's so bad, it comes across as just talking, really. And talking with a beat is pretty much my rap. So I'm trying to think of... They call me David O'Doherty because it's on my birth certificate. 18-12-7-5 at 8:15, youngest of 3, 7 years to the last. Was I planned? I don't know. I've never asked.
Was I planned? I never asked is the end of that.
The tragedy of that is that I was born on the 18th of the 12th, so therefore I was conceived on the 17th or the 18th of the 3rd, the 17th of the 3rd being Patrick's night. So that would answer that question, pretty much. Embrace the horrific image of my mother in a green afro wig going, go on, it'll be fine. Don't worry.
OK, so what do you think's harder, rapping or singing?
I think obviously rapping, because you gotta write it and do it, whereas singers, they just sing other people's songs, don't they?
Some singers. Some people write their own songs.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song? Can you sing as well?
Summer breeze! Make me feel fair!
Voice of an angel. It's a wonderful... There's a tear. There's a tear.
Yeah, I think
It's
I
just
got my next
beautiful.
feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going.
You know what? Really, I'm just saying singing because I rap and I find it.
Yeah,
easier
you're being
to
humble.
sing.
You're being
I'm being humble, but really.
Okay, we'll say no. We say rapping's harder.
You're saying rapping's harder. John, what are you going to go for? What have you done?
Something just flew in my fucking ear, Jimmy.
Ghost! It's a ghost!
Ghost spider!
Maybe the ghost fly was escaping. Ghost spider. OK, what are you going to say, rapping or singing?
Singing is harder.
Yeah.
OK, you're saying singing, you're saying rapping. I can tell you it was close, but the answer is false. Only 47% of people think rapping is harder than singing. You got a point. My problem with rap music is it tends to disrespect bitches and hoes. The trouble with rapping is you have to lizzle a whole new vocabulary. Right, let's get on with the quizzle. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points for Sean Seaman, 2 points for John Steen. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Most romantic gesture. What's the most romantic thing anyone's ever done for you, Alex?
Taking me to Chicken Cottage. I did read about a man
Go on.
who took his fiancée to a hotel, and the plan was he was going to propose to this lovely girl. And so in the morning, he opened the curtains, and a year before, he'd planted these daffodils, and the daffodils spelt, "Will you marry me?"
But imagine if there'd been a mole he didn't know about, and he'd eaten loads of the bulbs, and then when she pulled the curtains out, it just said, "Willie, me, Willie, me." He went, "Ah, those bloody moles!"
What's the most romantic thing you've ever done, didn't you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not really romantic like that. I kind of try and, you know, the whining and dining and all that. I skip that, go straight to the point.
Catherine, what's the most romantic thing anyone's ever done for you?
Well, I used to think cooking was really romantic till I saw how it turned out for the guy on Breaking Bad. My current boyfriend's very romantic.
Right.
But it's wasted on me. I'm a bit of a man.
What?
Yeah.
Right, mate. Hey. John, are you a romantic guy?
I will sometimes, for my girlfriend, I will not deliberately piss her off all day. That's quite romantic. But I'll do a thing if she says something like, "Can you turn it up a bit?" I'll go, "I'll turn you up a bit." And I will literally do that for every sentence she says. And sometimes I don't do that, because I'm a good guy.
I need to learn from you.
I think so.
Oh, yeah, he's like Mr. Miyagi, yeah, sure.
Who's Mr. Miyagi?
Mr. Miyagi, you know, from the Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
No, I've never seen that.
You've never seen the Karate Kid?
It's been on, but I haven't really watched it.
So you're in a room, the Karate Kid's on, but you look the other way. OK, David, most romantic thing you've ever done?
Fart the music from Sonic the Hedgehog.
No way, the whole thing?
Well, certainly it sounded like the start of it, where we both just went, "That was the Sonic the Hedgehog music!"
What was that second bit?
Was
that you making out with someone?
Yeah.
Can we have that again? Because we want to learn.
Well, there's two classic sorts of making out. There's this.
Oh, that was like Hannibal Lecter.
I opted for the other one, which is this.
Your tongue really flicks. It's got good tongues, actually.
Maybe it's brush your tongue. No, sometimes you brush your teeth, you brush your tongue as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just out of decency.
You're not meant to do that all the time?
Well, I don't.
Oh.
I don't until it looks like a sort of carpet in a car rental showroom. Car rental place, when it looks like that, it's that sort of olive green carpet you get. Yeah, I think I better brush it now.
You can go too far. I mean, too romantic is weird. I once wrote a girl's name all through an exercise book and sent it to her. I thought it was romantic. It showed devotion and grammatical accuracy.
But too much romance, it can be a bit wet.
So what's the line? What crosses the line for you?
Take somebody out for a meal, great.
Perfect.
Write their name on every page of an exercise book over the line. So hopefully you're the right side of the line now.
I've zigzagged that
you've got a girlfriend. Good.
I know, and I've learnt not to be romantic. So that's it. Sometimes I'll throw a wet tea bag at her head, just to... Just so she knows.
OK, I'll give you a clue. It's something you might invite someone around for?
Cooking a nice meal.
That's the right answer. Yes, the most romantic gesture is cooking someone dinner. I cooked for my girlfriend last night. She said it was the best lasagna she'd ever tasted, which I think means it was the worst apple crumble ever made. Next one. Top thing that makes British people angry. What do you think?
It strikes me as a visitor to this country, the things that annoy people are very often not the big things like the breakup of the NHS or bankers' bonuses, like apostrophes in the wrong place. So it's probably that was the final straw in 1939. It wasn't the takeover of Poland by Hitler. It was like, he spelt Nazis with an apostrophe. Oh, let's get him.
What makes you angry?
What makes me angry? When I'm driving. When we come to like a zebra crossing and like someone feels like because of zebra crossing, although I'll stop for you, but say thanks because I don't have to stop.
You do. Yes, you do. Yeah. You do. Yeah.
I know. You do legally, you do.
Yeah, legally you do, but I really don't. I'm in a car. You're on your own feet. Like, if I didn't stop, what were you gonna do?
I absolutely get that because when you're driving, because all it requires is it's just the eyebrow raise. It's just
that's it. Like some people look at it like they look at me like, oh, you
don't do the eyebrow raise on a zebra crossing.
No, you're meant to stop. You're meant to be considerate of pedestrians, people who are softer than you. You're in a big metal box. And I'm meant to say thank you for not killing me. That's basic standards. That's like saying thank you to somebody for not stabbing you in the head while you're walking down the street. Thanks for not punching me in the face. Thanks for not pushing me in front of that train. You spend your whole life thanking people for not doing something insane, which would be running you over. In fact, I'd be more likely to just go, ah. I don't do that because there's a lot of hard people driving who get out of their cars and beat the crap out of you. But really...
You've had a bit of luck if it's Tinchy, really.
Yeah. You don't know.
You never know.
Yeah. You know, don't underestimate anybody. Especially me! Yeah. Oh. You came so close, Jimmy.
What do you think? What makes you angry, John? You seem like a pretty easygoing guy. I can't imagine you get upset by much.
Getting run over by rappers. It's not having anything to get angry about, isn't it? It's nice to get angry. That's why we read papers in the morning. So before we've even finished our toast, we go, look at the state of that!
What were you looking at?
Stacey from Warwick. Ill-thought-out views on Britain's membership of the EU. Fair enough, have an opinion, but put your clothes on and then we can talk about it.
OK, Alex, have any guests on the One Show annoyed you?
There's been about 4.
Let's name them. Come on, let's go down.
How about no?
One Direction.
No, they're all right.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got about literally 115 people with them, choosing which ripped vest they're going to put on. And they're all right.
They always make the right choice.
Yeah. You can't get it wrong, really, can you?
Well, no, I mean...
Whatever you put on those guys, it's just great. Whatever you're doing, guys, just keep doing it.
Go on, back to the annoying guests.
Bruce Willis was rubbish on the One Show.
Oh, Bruce.
You sound like you've broken up with him. Oh, Bruce.
I would have if we were together after that. He just was a bit... He didn't know it was live, for a start.
You could have told him.
And then I did. In the first VT, I said, listen, Bruce, this isn't going that well. You're going to have to speak.
To be fair, it's a difficult gig for him to get up for, I imagine. If he's come off the back of, like, a Hollywood film where he's blowing up helicopters, and then he's got to come off the back of a Giles Brandreth documentary about maggots.
I'll tell you what, something really does annoy me is when you go into a jeweller's and they're selling loads of clocks and they're all different times. Yeah. Thinking, you're trying to sell me these clocks and you can't even be bothered to get them on the right time. Why would I buy a clock from you that isn't showing me the right time? That's all I want from a clock, is that it tells me the frigging time, and you want to sell it to me, you want to charge me money, and you can't be bothered to go like that.
You've got a
bloody nerve trying to sell me clocks. You can't even prove it's not a clock. If it's not the right time, it's not a clock. It's just some numbers. It's some numbers and some sticks moving different ways. It's not a clock. So don't. Next time I come in there, mate.
I'm annoyed about that now.
Did you ever see that CCTV footage of, like, some armed robbers? I'd love to go into a clock shop with balaclava and go, put all those clocks right! Just hold it to his head and go, now the next one, now the next one. Right, I'm out of here.
OK, what's the top thing that makes British people angry?
Is it football? Because I know you have a very delicate relationship with football. You love it, but it makes you so angry.
That pisses me off at the football. There's always a clock that tells you it's 3:15, but the clock on the match says, like, 17:23, because there's 17 minutes gone, but the actual time is... And 2 clocks in the same room just kill thousands of people.
It's like a bloody jeweller's. Have we waited till Series 16 to break out that face? OK, top thing that makes British people angry. It's people being unhelpful.
Bad service.
Yes, that's the right answer. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are John, Alex and David have 2 points, Sean, Catherine and Tinchy have 4 points. They're the winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Work it out, Carol Vorderman. King of the Casio, David O'Doherty. And their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, nation's sweetheart, Peter Serafinowicz. Cheeky Scouser, John Bishop. And their team captain, Jason Manford. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
And welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys, statistics and the wonders of the digital age. Yes, this week we're talking about the internet, gadgets and technology. Did you know, for example, in a recent survey, 80% of Scottish men claim they regularly surf the web, until they were told that the fruit machine in the chippy is not actually part of the internet. 7% of 80-year-olds have used email, and it's even better for them because they love spam. 21% of people text whilst on the loo. They're on pay-as-you-go. And 47% of men would give up sex for 6 months in return for a 50-inch plasma TV. And 47% of women said, deal. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what are the top uses of the internet. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 uses of the internet. Sean, your team to go first. What do you think people use the internet for?
Well, Carol, you're on the internet.
I'm on the internet all the time. I tell you what I do. I shop on the internet. I buy absolutely everything on the internet.
You're not worried about fraud and all that sort of stuff?
No.
You're not worried about people nicking your identity and that?
No.
I bet your password is proper confusing, though, isn't it? You've got an amazing password that you've actually got to solve 3 sums to get the password.
I buy a ton of books from Amazon, but I actually go to the factory and I never ever use their website.
You just go to the depot in Leicester?
Yeah, and there's one in Germany. I just like to be able to browse and see them in the boxes and, you know...
It would be amazing if Amazon opened up a shop where you could browse.
Yeah. I find it weird when they do that thing where they sort of suggest other things that you might like to buy. because of what you've bought previously. Like, I bought your DVD at Christmas, right? And then it
Thanks
said,
very much.
you like Jimmy Carr's DVD, you might also like a Police Academy 5 assignment, Miami Beach.
Whereas actually, you'd be more likely to like Mission to Moscow, which is the 6th in the series.
But you were great in both of those films, so...
I tell you, I bought your DVD at Christmas as well, and you, quite rightly, you know, they offer you things that you think would be associated. And there's an inflatable bondage chair that came up on mine. But
Well,
sadly...
there must have been some other things that you bought as well. I'll tell you what you would love.
They were also offering Mein Kampf. Jimmy, you might like Mein Kampf. It's a book by a young writer called Adolf Hitler.
999. It is, the recommendations is an odd thing because it's sort of, I don't mind buying stuff on Amazon, but when the recommendations come up, I do sometimes think, is that me? I've got to change.
It would freak you out if it happened in Tesco, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? If you were, like, buying some tuna and someone went, do you like tuna? You tried it with pasta? It's well nice. Or if somebody came and bought your shopping last minute. Like, you've done all the work, bought it, and you put your bid in for your shopping, you're lining up in Tesco and someone's gone, I think you'll find that's my shopping now.
David, do you buy anything on... You buy eBay stuff, don't you?
I recently bought on eBay a 5-foot actual-size inflatable giant penguin. And it's the first time ever in my life I have thought, wow, when my parents were my age, they had 2 kids in a house, and I have an actual-size 5-foot...
Right, let's have a look and see whether shopping is one of the top 5 uses of the internet. Yes! Shopping is, of course, one of the top 5 uses of the internet. The thing I love about internet shopping is when it gets delivered and you're not in, and you get to go and pick it up from an industrial estate 7 miles from your house. And on the way back, you have to drive past the shop you could have bought it from in the first fucking place. The worst thing about internet grocery shopping is the substitution. So if they've run out of butter, let's say, they bring you margarine. I've got a list of... these are all genuine substitutions that have happened to shoppers, OK? This is from the Guardian website, OK? Genuine substitutions. Someone bought some lychees, and they replaced them, because they didn't have any lychees, they replaced them with Dairy Lee. Near enough, fine, OK. Headache tablets. They wanted headache tablets. They got dishwasher tablets.
See, that lychees... Dairy Lee isn't a real cheese, so it is technically a lying cheese.
You can't believe you're defending them. OK, this is, I think, my favourite. There's 2 more. 12 toilet rolls replaced with a pack of nappies. I imagine when the grocery shopping arrives, oh, thank God you're here. Well, OK, this is the best thing ever, OK? They didn't have any Tampax, so they replaced them with a Twix bar. It's a genuine thing. Clearly someone in a stockroom has gone, well, that's about the... yeah. Good luck, love.
Do you know what? When you eat them, they do feel like they expand inside you.
He's talking about tampons.
Yes! Not Twix bars, ugh!
Jason, John and Peter, what else do people use the internet for?
I think social networking, although I feel like a grandad just saying that phrase, social networking.
Yeah, my granddad always used to say that.
I'll be down that pit all day. Social networking.
That's where I met your gran, you know, Bebo. Yes. I feel like an old man when I talk about MySpace. I feel like I remember when this was all MySpace and all we had was friends reunited for a fiver and we were happy, you know. It's like, have you been to MySpace lately? It's like a waste ground. It's just Tom by himself crying.
You're obsessed by Twitter. Weren't you voted the best Twitterer?
Yes.
I think you were. No, you were, because you Twitter all the time.
Well, I don't Twitter all the time, but just occasionally I'll think of an off-colour, weird remark about robots or sperm, and then I'll just Twitter it and see how many people react to it, you know, and...
But being the world's, best Twitter is like being the world's strongest dwarf, isn't it, really?
So are you a big Twitter fan then, Sean?
I just think, I don't mind people doing it, I just wish they wouldn't mention it. I wish they would just do it and keep quiet about it. So, what are you doing? Twittering. Shut up, don't want to know. I think what it is, it's basically digital shouting. That's what it is. Because if you were walking down the street, you wouldn't be walking down the street going, I'm going to the cinema! I'm going to the cinema, going to see Avatar again. 3D rocks! Yeah! You think you're an idiot.
My issue with that, Sean, is the fact that you would clearly be brilliant on Twitter. Because that is exactly the kind of
There's
thing
someone
people...
pretending to be me on Twitter.
There is, yeah.
Someone pretending to be you on Twitter?
Yeah.
How grumpy are they?
Someone sent me something and they said, hey, do you want to stop it? I went, no, if they want to pretend they're me. I just think what a sad state their life's got into.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you could pretend to be anyone, why would you pretend to be a grumpy, middle-aged man with a hangover?
What's weird about Twitter is the way people, like before, people would spot you in, you know, doing a bit of shopping or whatever, and then you would not know that person had spotted you doing shopping, and then you'd move on. Now, I got a message over there. Took me and my wife. We went to Nando's and then went to see Avatar, right? Now,
you've lived... Show business has changed you.
It's okay.
Nando's and then the movies.
Yeah, and,
it's one or t'other in the old days.
And then the next day, someone said, did you enjoy your chicken then? Right? That was weird, right, for one, that someone knew I'd had chicken. And then somebody went, you could have had a shave before taking your wife to the cinema. They were actually following me, not on Twitter, in real life.
I don't get that. They were following you in real life, and then they tweeted...
What, just come over and go? You could have... They twatted me. That's right, they twatted me.
All of you, that's going to happen to all of you who Twitter. One day, your head's going to end up in a jar on someone's shelf. And I'm going to go, serves them right.
Tell you what, Sean, it's going to be your shelf. David, are you on... What are you on? Facebook or...
I mean, I don't use... well, yeah. I mean, the main function of Facebook is to... look at pictures of your ex-girlfriend on holiday with her current boyfriend and look through 200 photographs till you find one where she's just got a slight look of regret in her eyes.
Oh, doubly funny when you know it's true.
But the thing is, it's gone beyond social networking now, because on Facebook you can farm. My wife farms on Facebook. When you plant things, then you have to go back. If we go on holiday, she's got to make sure she doesn't plant something that's going to wither before she returns. How ridiculous is that? I'm saying, get off, I want to look at porn. And she's looking at... corn.
Hang on, let me just grab this. This is... These are fake Sean Lock tweets. This is the guy that's been twittering pretending to be you.
Brilliant.
Didn't someone once say it takes 42 muscles to frown and even less to smile? Well, it only takes 7 to pull the trigger on a sniper rifle.
That's pretty good.
Sounds like...
That's all right.
11:10 a.m. January the 3rd from the internet. If I see another bloody mince pie... ...
This is horrible. I feel like I'm in some kind of nightmarish science fiction film. It is you, pretending to be you, saying it's not you.
I'll try and read some out.
Oh,
as
can you
Sean.
do that one?
Yeah.
That bottom one. Which one? Can you do the bottom one in Sean's voice, please?
Just bought a beautiful Elvis Presley Dan Buster's clock plate advertised in the paper. Be worth a fortune one day.
First time in history there's a 13-year-old girl trying to be a middle-aged man.
Let's see if Twitter, Facebook and social networking is one of the top uses of the internet. Of course it is. Of course. Yes, top of the list is social networking. Facebook is a great way to meet new friends and organise your social life. Or, if you're in a hurry, you can just have your identity stolen and let the new you worry about all that. Carol, Sean, David, what else do people use the internet for?
Online gambling. People do online gambling. I have done a bit of online gambling. I bought a mattress on eBay. Casinos are normally a glamorous environment, aren't they? Whereas most people in online casinos are eating Rice Krispies in their pants and socks, aren't they? Saying, I'm going to break the bank at Monte Carlo.
I play a bit of poker online, but I remember I was playing once about 2 o'clock in the morning and I had about 40 quid and I was winning, and then I fell asleep. And the next morning I woke up with nothing, and I thought, that wouldn't happen in a real casino, would it? They would, if you fell asleep in a real casino, they wouldn't carry on around you.
I just put a bet on for a friend of mine. It's law that there has to be a covered frontage on a bookies. You can't have an open front on a
On the high street?
Yeah, which I guess to stop children looking in and seeing the wonderland of joy that exists inside, dancing around, high-fiving each other.
I used to bet on the horses when I was young. I wasn't very good at it. My auntie was brilliant at it. She had a system, though, because she fucked jockeys.
And that didn't work for you?
I couldn't use it.
Just get that image of the jockeys coming on the horse. There's a chance of a shag! That'll sound fantastic.
I love that mime.
That is how you do a horse.
No, carry on, Carol. You
Let's see if online gambling is one of the most popular uses of the internet. Yes, it is. Yes, the fifth most popular use of the internet is gambling. The last big gamble I had with my computer was when I took it to PC World to get it mended. Jason's team, other use of the internet.
YouTube. Video.
Yeah.
You know, video.
YouTube.
What's great about YouTube is no matter what the clip is, it'll always end up into an international debate in the comments bit underneath. No matter, it'll be like Tommy Cooper doing a clip, someone will go, brilliant, oh, that is brilliant, and then someone will go, you got the trick wrong, dickhead. And someone goes, yeah, what? It's supposed to do that. Yo, fuck you, Yanks. Yeah, we saved you from the war. Fuck you. You're like, what? Tommy Cooper, man.
Well, very often it goes, it'll be like, that's shit, with 12 eyes. Or, that's gay, with 9 8. It's like everyone on YouTube is stuck in a homophobic well.
And in the olden days, they'd just send it into You've Been Framed.
In a sense, YouTube is like a longer version of You Being Framed with no editor where they just show you all the shit people send in.
Oh, the YouTube clip that always gets me, or the email that goes with it, is I saw this and thought of you, because I always get my thoughts up. Like, this is really, you found a short film that captures all the complexities of who I am as a person.
And then it's a link to Two Girls, One Cup. It's not in the top 5, but watching YouTube videos is still a very popular use of the internet. I find the comments under YouTube videos very informative. Did you know, for example, that you is a fag bellend? Fingers on buzzers. Sean.
Knitting, online knitting. I've had my desktop thing, whatever you call it, adapted, so I can do online knitting.
Oh, you're really committed to the desktop thing.
Yeah, I do online knitting, and I can knit anything I want. And then in my printer, I've taken the ink out, replaced it with wool. It's much better than old-style knitting. Ooh. All right, not that. Is it trapdoor comparison websites?
What's that?
You know, trapdoorsupermarket.com. Where you could just look at different trapdoors and decide which is the best one to buy.
Is it... well, it's porn, innit? I didn't want to say it, but...
Prawns.
No,
prawns.
Not prawns, no.
I was going to say, that's a bit specialist, Carol.
It's got... I think it's porn, innit? I mean, the only one I've seen recently is...
Oh, sorry, you don't know, but...
No, I was just like... No, because when I knew we were doing the digital special, I thought, well, it's research, isn't it? So,
Jason, come on, we're doing the show, man. For fuck's sake.
There's nothing more difficult than trying to close a screen when your wife comes into the room. That little cross at the top gets smaller and smaller. Because you can't even look at it directly, because you think, I've got to keep eye contact with her so she doesn't look at the screen. You just go, hey, love, you're all right. I think is it about there? About there. Is it there? Be all right. I think it'd be fine.
I think it's probably men who use it.
Do you think it's men that use it?
I don't think many women actually go looking for...
I think there's a lot of stuff aimed specifically at... Because the thing about the internet pornography, as opposed to pornography as it used to be in wooded areas... This is where pornography used to live. Someone would buy it at the newsagent and then very kindly leave it in a wooded area for no... And you would see a shimmer of porn on the horizon.
Release it back into the wild.
There's a genre of sneeze porn, which is people who tug it while seeing ladies in the process of sneezing.
No.
Yeah. People who obviously look forward to spring because of the pollen in the air.
Do you know what I use?
What do you use?
I use that footage of the Hindenburg disaster.
There is some women's... I don't know if you've seen this slash fiction. Have you seen this slash fiction?
I'm all over slash fiction.
Right, well, yeah, you are, right, because someone told me about it and said there's a panel show special, and there's there's an 8 out of 10 cats one on there, right?
What are you talking about?
A group of people have written erotic fiction about yourself and myself.
It's got like stuff like Jimmy Carr and David Walliams are having a little chat inside their dressing room. And I was reading this yesterday, right? Sean Locke walks past and he's jealous. And it always ends up with someone wrestling, right? There's always someone wrestling. Like Sean and Jimmy will wrestle over David Walliams. I know, it's weird.
It's so distressing. It's unbelievable.
The worst thing was, I thought, I'm not in any of these. I'm not even famous enough. I should be getting bummed at some point in none of these stories.
Let's have a look and see whether pornography is one of the top uses of the internet.
Gotta be, hasn't it?
Of course it is, yes. Yes, one of the most common uses of the internet is porn. The thing with internet pornography is it still has the power to surprise us. The other day I saw something that shocked me. It was one man having sex with one woman. I couldn't believe it. There was no gangbang, no DP, no anal, no dwarves, no three-way, no water sports, no girl-on-girl, no gagging, no rimming, no granny fanny, no DV, no DA, no she-males, no MILFs. No one looked barely legal. It was just a man having sex with a woman. I thought, who comes up with this crazy shit? OK, one more thing to get. Sean.
Gaming. Computer gaming. They play games, don't they, people? That's all I know. You take over. I don't know any. I've never played a computer game.
That's when you can play a game with somebody remotely, is that right? As opposed to buy something and just do it in your own house.
Yeah, you'll play like if you're sick of playing FIFA against the computer, you can get beat by a 10-year-old in China instead, and you can hear him laughing at you, making fun of you. It's like being back at school, being bullied in your own living room. At 2 o'clock in the morning while someone's calling you a prick because you just shot them on Call of Duty. That's basically it.
I play Call of Duty and I'm terrible at it. I'm like, I wish I was good at it, but it's such a demoralising experience for me. You know, they're all going around shooting and winning, and I suddenly trip over and stab myself with the bayonet. I'm like, how is that even possible in the game?
I've no problem with people playing computer games. Just people who think it's like a grown-up and a sophisticated thing to do. It's just a much more expensive version of Hungry Hungry Hippos.
But the problem with this is that it's because you've got this online gaming with the Xbox and stuff. You've got kids going out but staying in. So they're with all the mates, but none of them are going anywhere. They're all at home, and we wonder why they're all little fat bastards. They haven't moved. They never meet each other.
No. David, do you play online games? Have you ever?
No, my father bought us an Atari 2600 when we were about 6, and my brother and I got horribly addicted to it, so I never, ever went back.
Didn't your dad not buy you a computer because he said...
He said they hadn't been invented yet. That's what my dad said. You can't have a computer, Sean. They haven't even invented yet. But they've got this new thing, it's called a bicycle.
You can't have that either because they're expensive. Let's have a look and see if gaming is one of the most popular things to do on the internet.
Up there.
Yes, of course. Gaming is one of the most popular things to do on the internet. World of Warcraft is set in the world of Azeroth, a remote region tucked away behind the hills of Bedroomia, far beyond the sea of Lonelyonia, by the bleak forest of Masturbatoria, never once visited by the Girlfriendians or the Showergellians. So, the top 5 uses of the internet are social networking, shopping, porn, gaming and gambling. And that should be enough to get you through till the sandwich guy comes in at 11. The iPad can browse the internet, play music and movies, has a 10-hour battery life and 64 gigabytes of memory. Yes, but can it do this? No, it bloody can't. And people often check the internet for health tips. I looked up a health problem on the internet the other day. I'm too embarrassed to tell you what it was, but I will say they were incredibly helpful on mygiantredbollock.com. At the end of that round, Sean, Carol and David have 3 points. Jason, Peter and John have 2 points. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Carol, David, what do you like the look of?
We'll have a downloading.
Oh, yeah, we like
Downloading, OK.
Yeah.
You've chosen the download icon. Take a look at this clip from 1992.
Jenny, hold up. look, I brought a disc and we could copy this.
All we gotta do is... Whoa.
Did I hear you right? Did I hear you saying that you're gonna make a copy of a game without paying? Come on, guys. I thought you knew better. Don't copy that floppy.
But I just wanted to make one copy.
You say, I'll just make a copy for me and a friend. Then he'll make one and she'll make one, and where will it end? Don't copy that floppy. So let me break this down for you. To do the right thing, it's really simple for you. The copyright law, it will tell you what to do. Buy one for every computer you use. Don't copy that floppy. Don't copy that floppy. See ya, I'm out of here.
I have learned my lesson through educational hip-hop right there. I am never downloading anything again.
Well, the question is, do the audience, we asked them before the show, do they think illegal downloading from the internet is stealing? Yes or no? But I should add, we asked them that question before we showed them the clip, because obviously now they know better.
Well, it's stealing, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody knows it's stealing.
Yeah, but do they think but is it really
I think it's
stealing?
it is really stealing. In fact, this is one of the few things I'd say they should have the death penalty for. Death penalty, because the death penalty, I don't think it's a deterrent for murder, because I think people will murder in deep passion, they think they won't get caught, whereas if you thought you could get beheaded for downloading a film, you go, maybe I'll just rent it. Maybe it's genuine, it would work.
Have you ever illegally downloaded something?
Yeah,
be honest.
I have illegally downloaded stuff, but I, you know, at this point in time, I definitely buy...
You should be taken from this place to a place of execution, where you should be hung by the neck until you are dead.
I still buy more music than I've ever bought before. I'm still consuming more music, albeit in slightly different ways. Times are changing, buddy, you square. This is the 90s. I mean, it's tricky, though, because, like, is it stealing?
Yeah.
Like, but it's stealing from a shop called Free Music. And it's a shop that in the past has ripped you off for the last 20 years, so...
Well, like my brother said to me the other day, he said, will you meet me mate, Jim? Like, he just wants you to sign his copy of your DVD. So I said, yeah, all right, no worries. So I've come round, and it's a pirate copy. My DVD. Like, he's gone and actually printed the script, like the cover and everything, and gone, can you sign that? I've gone, no, I can't bloody sign. In the end, I just signed it, Jimmy Carr. There you go, deal with it. That's how it works.
Have you ever illegally downloaded anything?
I don't think so, no, but I do download apps, but I pay for those all the time. I love the apps.
You loving the apps, yeah.
I'm loving the apps on the iPhone. My favourite is iFart at the moment. I know it's childish, but it's caused me a lot of laughs.
What does that do?
49p. It's great. It's great. It's
49p? You could have brought Sprouts.
Downloaded iFart. It's got all the different sounds, and they've given it, like, squelcher, squeezer, rabbit thingy, da-da-da, and they're all different fart sounds.
You're the real Carol Vorderman. Did we book the wrong... Because I wanted to put the clever one off the show with the numbers.
So
Who did
you
we
play
book?
the
Who's
thing.
she? Downloading. Sean, presumably you've never downloaded the...
Look at him! Look at this! Of course he's never downloaded. What do you expect him to have, like a USB port in his arm or something? Look.
No, whatever he said.
OK, do the audience think illegal downloading from the internet is stealing? What
Probably
do you think?
not. They probably don't.
What you're going to go for?
I think they don't.
You're saying no? What are you going for, Jason?
I think yes.
OK, I can tell you that 59% of our audience think illegal downloading is not stealing. People say you shouldn't buy illegal copies of DVDs because it funds the drug trade. But if you can't make money selling heroin, you really should try something else. Jason, Peter and John, what do you like the look of?
What about the robot?
Let's go with the robot, I think.
OK, you've picked the robot. Here's a clip of tomorrow's world to illustrate your question.
June the 16th, 1976.
Show his lordship in, Mabel.
Introducing Mabel, the robot housemaid. Begin the day with Able Mabel. She'll wake you at your preset time. She'll bring your morning tea brewed just how you like it. Ironing? Forget it. Leave it to Mabel with her computer understanding of textiles. She'll do your shopping, too, and more economically with her analysis of market trends. Mabel, the multi-fingered robot whose hands combine the strength of a gorilla with the sensitivity of a watchmaker. Mabel will make 1976 a real leisure year. Buy Mabel now.
OK, that was Able Mabel. 19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. Is that true or false?
It depends on the robot, doesn't it? You know, like that box, you wouldn't want that. No one would want that, would you?
I think 90% of women might swap a husband for a
Yeah.
robot, but the other way, I don't know if you'd swap your wife, because...
Well, they are. Women already are. You've only got to go to Aunt Summers. They're already on the way to swapping us for machines. once women learn how to carry heavy stuff, we're finished with.
Sean, what do you think? Would you swap your partner for a robot?
No, I wouldn't do that. That'd be crazy. And I don't imagine I'd trust the person who offered me that deal. Someone came up to me, they said, would you swap your partner for this robot? I'd say, I don't know, there's going to be a catch in here somewhere. I'd say no. I'd say, no, I'm going to go to a wife-swapping robot comparison website. See if I can get a better deal out there.
19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. True or false?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You've got to read it the other way around. That means that, what, 81%.
Well done.
Wouldn't. And that's the point. Pressure was on. It jumped in my head. 72. I was like, no, I know it's not 72. But my head was going like, Carol's there, she's going to fucking laugh at you.
19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. True or false? What do you go for, Jason?
I think false. Do you think false?
I think straight, but you go with it. You haven't been married as long
We'll
as
go
me.
false.
You're going false. OK, you're going false. What are you going to go for?
False.
You're going false? OK, I can tell you the answer is true. No. 19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. Of course, if I were to replace my girlfriend with a robot, I wouldn't want her to be simply tossed on the scrap heap. I'd want her to be covered in old fridges so she couldn't get out. So at the end of that round, I can tell you it is 4 points for Sean's team and 2 points for Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Most annoying thing about new technology. Go on.
The most annoying thing about new technology is that whatever you get, and no matter how great you think it is, in 6 months' time there'll be one that's 15 times better than it out for half the price. So, like, you're there with your phone, check out my new phone. And then you meet someone about 2 weeks later and they go, oh, yeah, mine's got invisibility cloaking device on it.
I have seen your phone, though, and your phone is spectacularly bad.
I brought my phone into a shop recently, and the guy went, this is from 2004! And he got the guy, look, it's from 2004! Like, it's the oldest thing he had ever seen. It was like, 2004!
Did he get all the other phones to come and meet its dad? Come and meet your dad!
OK, most annoying thing about technology.
DVD players that don't play all regions of DVD. You don't play all regions of DVD, you are racist.
Sean. Oh, go on. Go on.
You know what really annoys me at the moment? My C button on my keyboard, because it won't click down properly.
Oh, of course.
And it just annoys
And
me
also-
every morning when I log on, and then when I didn't, and it... Oh, God.
Well, I think that's particular to you, Carol.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that generally, if they polled, they would say it's Carol's C button on her keyboard.
No, I know what it is. It's kids at the back of the bus or on trains and that playing shit music through their phones.
Yeah.
And because they're well-hard, you can't even go over and say... you know, listen, if I wanted to... The only way of doing it is to go up and go, oh, man, Usher is wicked, man. And then... that really hurt, that. I'm not gonna...
I love the fact that you think kids on a bus listening to Usher are automatically hard. Just give the fucker a smack.
It's something that used to be done by a human being that's been sort of, you know, automated.
Telephone automated helplines.
That is the right...
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes, the most annoying thing about new technology is computerised phone lines. Not getting reception is a common annoyance. They should make sure that there's an area in every street where you're guaranteed phone reception. And to mark the spot, they should put up a little box. And so you can see it, they should paint it red. And they should call it a phone box. Top Google search of 2009.
Is it Tiger Woods?
Ah.
Tiger Woods is a very good answer.
And a
I'll tell
late
you where
finish.
he's not in the top 10.
Really? No, because it was after, wasn't it? It was Christmas time. For 362 days of the year, we thought he was a lovely bloke and not a randy bastard. So for the last 3 days, yeah.
I was born like 12 days before Tiger Woods, and so I always compared my life to his life. And the thing I always had over him was, yeah, sure, he's won all those golf tournaments, but I've been off meeting the ladies. Now it turns out I got nothing.
The worst thing about the whole Tiger Woods thing for me was the way the media kept referring to his 6 mistresses as his 18 holes. I hated
You know why? Carol like that because it had a little bit of maths in it. OK, a top Google search of 2009.
Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is that?
That is the right answer.
Yes.
Yes, the top Google search in 2009 was Michael Jackson. Of course, Michael Jackson wore one white glove because he was a part-time snooker referee. In the Thriller video, there are some amazing special effects. At one point, he kisses a girl and looks black. I don't know how they did it. Extraordinary. OK. Most confusing technological term.
Oh, good grief.
Winston Tiger coded file.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I just made it up, but it's pretty confusing, isn't it?
Mouse. I think mouse is a stupid... I call it a hamster. And I don't call it a mouse mat, I call it a hamster carpet.
Actually, now, technically...
They broke the mould when they made you, didn't they, David? Total maverick.
No,
You
but
play
you're...
by your rules, or you're not playing at all.
The one that confuses me online is page 404 not found. I go, well, I want looking for page 404. I was looking for naked pictures of Megan Fox.
I think it's got to be that thing that was about a year ago, and then it stopped being something, which was the toggle. Everything was a toggle. You suppose your USB thing, you had the toggle.
dongle.
Dongle, that was it, the dongle. See, it was so confusing, I didn't know what
Yeah, because they're hard. They don't dangle. The dongles don't dangle. They're actually hard, aren't they? You put them in.
A dongle doesn't dangle because it's hard.
Sounds like the start of a folk song. Oh, the dongle and dangle, 'cause he's all in time. Oh, dongle, go dangle and down.
I can tell you, a dongle, the right answer.
Oh, what about liver jokes?
The right answer. Yes, according to the survey, the most confusing technological term is dongle. If you're not sure what a dongle is, it's a thingamy about the size of a doodah that lets you gizmo fiddle-faddle around with your whatchamacallits, usually via a USB port. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Carol and David have 4 points, Jason, Peter and John have 1. They've got 5 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night. Well, thank you for watching 8 out of 10 Cats. If you want to watch another episode, you know, feel free, or pop to Pornhub for some different kind of fun. Good luck. You can also go to jimmycarr.com and buy tickets to see me live. I'd love that. I'd like it if you liked and subscribed. But, don't feel pressured. Do your thing. You be you.